Meh. Meh. Okay. Yeah. Hello. That concludes the mic check. Okay. I couldn't wait any longer. 5 minutes. Sue me. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this particular event. I don't even know much about this event. It's just something about the theme of it that makes me really excited to play it. Hello, Code. Also, hello, Les. Hello, Red. Unfortunately, I can't see who was talking earlier. No. Let me go in. Hello, Zek. Hello, Ringo. There we go. Thank you, Mizuki. Anyway. Got jump scared by you. Yeah, you just be on your phone or something and then you just randomly hear. We live, yes. I just want Guncat. Yeah, I know. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to save my random until towards the end of the stream. So I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to wait till people come in. I'm going to play the event, and then we'll finish off the stream with seeing if my streamer luck pulls through for once. Game sometimes, how do I lose 3 50-50s in a row? Oh boy. That seems to be a common theme at the moment. People are losing 50-50s a lot more than should be statistically likely. Ooh. I mean, I was already hyped, but now I'm even more hyped. Okay, that's got to be the shop. Yep, that's the shop. And we have... Okay, Shiz the freebie. This does also give me a little bit of, like, cyberpunk vibes, but on the lighter end. It could just be the mix of the colours and the music, but... Right, these are the... That's the thing, so that's the... The cat decided she does not want to join my squad. Holy... Wow, I mean, it seems like so far everyone has been struggling to get her. Current new operators, let me just have a look. I like Almond, I like their design. Cold Shot is just absolutely awesome. In terms of design anyway, I don't know the characters like, and I really hope I do get Jessica, but we'll see. Are you going to get Jessica? I mean, ideally, yes. Whether or not I will, yeah. Anyway, anemic platform. Interesting term. That does say anemic, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Almond is based on a chihuahua. She better shake and hate absolutely everything. Oh, I like this music. Anyway, in the line of fire, everyone feels down on their luck. Yeah, no shit. They knew. They knew what you guys were going through, no matter where they come from. See, this time Hypergriff weren't being Apollo for me, they were being Apollo for you lot. Oh hey, we're back in... I was about to say Chernobyl. The wrong... Close enough, I suppose. Chernobog, there we go. This ain't a coincidence. Okay, there is music. They say there's gonna be another attack in about half an hour. You want some water? Never mind, look how tense you are. You just throw it up anyway. Breathe. Breathe. Relax. Where are you from, girl? Columbia, huh? Ever heard of Daviston? I said Daviston. Davistown. No? That's a shame. It's a pretty neat place. Its route takes it around the eastern forest. And the winters are long and cold, but its plate is home to a mine. It keeps its core energy tower burning the whole time. By the way, is it an in-game download, or do you have to update the app? In-game download. Just the heat generated from that keeps everyone warm all winter. It can get pretty hot indoors, but it's also cold outside, so no matter where you go, as soon as you open the door, you get puffs of white steam gushing out towards you, which condenses on your eyelashes like teardrops. You have to wipe them off quick, or the kids inside will laugh at you. But that's okay. That's when you fight back. Lift them by the armpits and toss them into the thick snowdrifts outside. Now you get to laugh at all the snow on their faces. Oh, piques your interest. Yeah, it's a great place. Everyone wants to go see it for themselves. And I... Go on. Oh, I really want to go back and have a look too. Okay, sad nostalgic music. Alright, this place. Is this the place that explodes in the trailer, maybe? It almost looks like a nuclear power plant with the smokestack at in the back. How is it so damn cold here? I don't get it. How the hell does this even happen? So goddamn cold. Get your ass inside then. If you know it's cold, why you're complaining out with the door open? There we go, Jesus. Of course, it wouldn't be Columbia or Columbia inspired without a classic diner look. I want to get the floor dirty. Okay. Elena, huh? Hello. You say that like you can wipe your feet on the snow. Here, hot tea. Not Columbia enough. That's hot. That is what she said. The floor's pretty dirty in the diner today, huh? If I'd known, I would have just walked in. We got some heavy snow. Every time someone steps inside, it just gets dirty again. I'll clean it up after closing. So, what are you having? Beans? Bread? What kind of choice is that? That's all we have. If you'd rather have nothing, suit yourself. Can I get a little bit of both? Fine. Seeing how you're my first customer without a few screws loose, I'll even throw in a scoop of butter on the side. On the house. Yeah, same thing. Also, these are probably Americans. I should probably not pronounce the T's. Helena. Now what? Now what? Okay. Why do you have mud on your chairs? Hey, you two. This ain't your home. Put your feet down. I know these are just NPC designs, but they are now canonically twins. You're talking to us, old man? Settle down, you two. You stay out of this. Don't be like that. Everyone's here for a hot meal. No need to get physical. Hey, why are you taking his side? Because I'd rather not see every little quarrel in this joint end in a knife fight. Now shut up, or I'll knife you too. For the love of... Stay out of this, Helena. I'll teach these hoodlums a lesson. Heh, your funeral. The ruffian takes his knife and steps forwards, because apparently this is Victoria, only for a dinner knife to fly at him from the opposite side and embed itself on the ground near his feet. You? Not another inch, boy. It's late. Go home to your mummy. Oof. Yikes. What kind of response is that? Right back at you, woman. Before he can take another step, a second knife brushes past his cheek and lodges itself in the wall behind him. A few drops of fresh blood dripped to the ground. My ear? Stop whining. It's still attached. But I can't promise it'll stay that way unless you scram now. The restaurant's proprietor turns around and takes a cloth off the rack to start wiping the bar. There is another knife wedged between her fingers. Shit. Forget it. Let's go. We can get them back for this later. You tell yourselves that. Here, your meal. Thanks. Ouch, it's hot. Well, no frickin'... Okay. You're about the only person who can burn his tongue twice in one visit. Hey, I was starving. Haven't had a good meal all day. Anyhow, don't you think we've been getting more and more of these bugs in town? Probably because Woodrow's out searching for Miles, so they think there's nobody gonna stop them. Miles sure knows how to be a pain in the neck. He left the plate without a word to look for fuel, only to disappear without a trace. And now Woodrow's gotta go look for him. What choice did he have? We don't have enough fuel to go around. Besides, it don't matter what he ran into. He can deal with anything, man or beast, in 3 seconds flat. I should probably be giving her a southern accent considering the way they write some of this. It don't matter is definitely more of a draw, but I'm probably not going to stick to it. I can sort of do it with Poisson simply because they always misspell everything so that it's easy to pronounce it just by reading it, but not so much when they don't. But what if Woodrow's too late? Alright, enough yapping. Finish your bean stew. How many BS jokes have I missed? Not yet. Not unless you've read the description. But don't worry, they'll come, and I'll be sure to shoehorn it into every single title we have for however many streams this takes. I'm just worried. Here. It's my last bit of butter. Now shut your trap, will you? Oh, I'm sorry. Just seeing Les die slowly in the chat is kind of funny. Kids, you awake? There may be ambushes in the forest. The recon team has gone ahead to scout the area. And if they need any fire support, we can't just be napping in the transport. Lethargic, isn't that a bad thing, normally? No longer lethargic. Okay. Same person, I'm guessing. So get off your butts, pick up your gear, and cover yourselves. On the count of three. Ow! Right. Oh. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that. Jeez, that was a flashbang. That was almost as bad as opening up the door in Genshin. Ugh, my eyes. What's wrong? Ah, there we are. Hello. Just a glare from the snow. I'm pretty sure I gave you a reminder of what to look out for when fighting in a snowfield. Where are your sunglasses? I guess I didn't think it through. Whatever. I'll have to make do with what I have on hand. How are things looking up ahead? Patience. The situation's a little tricky right now. The snow's too thick, and it's hard to spot any enemies in hiding. It'll take some time to pinpoint their location. This was supposed to be a power plant repair job, and now we've got to clear out bandits too? Guess I'll just think of it as charity work. What do you say, kids? Of course the kids in question would be a bunch of grizzly macho men. Ready to go. Seems my lackeys can't wait anymore, Captain. Can we get in touch with the Daviston officers? I probably should just be saying Davistown. I don't know how the American way of saying these names work. Like, would it be ton or would it be town? In terms of just saying it, like, quickly. They said they'll send someone to meet us at the entrance to the plate, but there's not much they can do in the way of combat support outside. In the way of combat support, not A. Wow, such hospitality. Good to know I won't be getting lost in town at any rate. Did I miss something? I might miss something. Oh no, sorry, it was comms talking. It's a nearly bankrupt mining platform. We can't ask too much of them. They reported the power plant explosion. Oh, maybe that was from the trailer, and subsequent fuel leakage to the state government at the start of the year, but nobody cared. All things considered, they've dealt with it pretty well, though the pollution hasn't spread much, but the plant itself is almost beyond repair, certainly more than locals can handle. Hold up, the start of the year? How come they're only contacting us now? You think a tiny municipality has the budget for that? They never spend a dime until they're out of options. At the time, the plant could still barely support the platform's movements. A few months ago, it stopped working entirely. Now, I doubt it can provide its most basic function, heating. You know, if I had a penny, or I suppose I should say nickel, considering we're in Colombia, for every time we have to go to help a moving city that has now stopped moving, or stopped moving quite a while ago at least, I would have 2 nickels now. It's minus 14 degrees here, and colder at night. So, is it all bad news, or... Based on the map, Daviston is just up ahead. You should see it as soon as you get out of the woods. Anything more exciting? Perfect timing. We've located all our targets. You can start clearing them out. Lovely. One last thing before I hop to it. Where are Jessica and Laura? You send them out somewhere? The enemy camp. There's a local being held captive there. Without too many guards. It wasn't a good idea to send too big of a force. Okay, gotcha. I'll clean this up ASAP. I I must admit, I can sort of kind of imagine Blacksteel as being almost Ghost Recon-esque. Maybe not so much the modern games, but like what the old Ghost Recon games used to be like, where it's quite modern but also somewhat futuristic, but in a very light sense. Ah, speaking of which, I will say these thugs do have an oddly cute design. I may just be biased because I like hoodies and beanies, but still. Hey, we've been hanging. Okay, random. Hey, we've been hanging you here for an hour, old man. You thirsty? Need a sip of water? Ah, so that's Miles. If you ain't saying nothing, that means yes, right? Picks up a handful of snow from the ground. Let me guess, toss it. Here, have as much as you want. No need to thank me. Please, let me go. I have nothing on me. What are you saying? It's so boring out here in the snow, and we finally run into you. Been a while since I had some fun. Enough messing around. I'd like some peace and quiet, so hurry up and deal with him. You hear that, old man? Mound. You hear that, old man? You're so loud. You're bothering my buddy here. We gotta shut you up. Ugh, freak. Everyone else is out ambushing the caravan, and we're stuck here guarding the camp. Oh, don't worry, you're gonna come across some action real quick. And when they get back, they'll be loaded with loot, and we'll have to settle for the scraps. You're telling me you're okay with that? Tch. If you aren't going to, I'll take care of it myself. What are you going to do? Quiet. It'll all be over soon. No. Oh. Ugh. Did they add... Or am I just only noticing it now? Because that looks like a blood splatter. I might just not have noticed it earlier. Or it might just be an effect, but so... Who's there? Who are you? Small. Shh, quiet. I'm gonna untie you. Keep your voice down and follow me. Can you do that? Hmm? This is Laura. I've secured the hostage. How many things... Oh, how many? How are things on your end? All done, but... Are you hurt? No, but my comms... broke. It's fine. I can deal with it. Thanks. No need to thank me. Okay. I'll take the hostage to the rendezvous point. See you later. Later. I'm taking you with me. Come to me head on. You're a brave fella. You're one brave fella, rather. Now you're a dead fella. That was the last one. Reporting in, Captain. All targets neutralized. Okay, we're getting ready to leave too. We should be rendezvousing with you in a few minutes. Wait here for Jessica and Laura. Hey, hello? What's going on over there? There's no need for comms at this distance. Oh. You just had to come early, huh? Sorry. Every time I see that series of words, every time I see the series of words there, someone once told me that playing pranks after combat can help alleviate stress. Wow, you're getting better at this. I learned from the best. Somebody once told me. Sorry. The weather here is real temperamental, huh? It was all clear just earlier, but it's already starting to fog up. We've checked all your injuries, Mr. Miles. The bruise on your abdomen doesn't seem serious, but I suggest you visit the hospital as soon as you can. Hospital? Daviston ain't had a hospital in a long, long time. Good. We're heading to Daviston too. We can take you back. What are you folks up to there? Relax, sir. We were dispatched to help the plate restart its operations. We brought some fuel and supplies. They should be enough for the residents to last until the power plant is repaired. I should say power plant, not plant. But y'all bring any technicians? Plant was already on its last legs. Without any technicians, the blasted weather will kill us the moment it goes out for good. Calm down, sir. I'm the lead technician on the team. Call me Laura. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet ya. I'm Miles, a Daviston boiler worker. Thank you. Thank you. I heard American hospitals ask you to pay a lot for ambulance alone. I have heard of that. I think apparently some people have been charged up to like $3,000 for an ambulance ride. I assume it probably depends on how far you have to go, or how quickly they need to like drive past the speed limit in order to do it, or something random like that. It's probably a scalable thing. But yeah, apparently it's quite expensive. So much so that people order Ubers. So, why do you leave the plate? It's dangerous out here. Our room is completely out of fuel, so I came out with my luck. I came out to try my luck. I originally read that as truck because I somehow missed like 2 words. But if y'all are here to fix the plant, can we get going now? 1 second, let me ask Jessica where she is. Hey, Jessica, it's Laura. You done there? I'm all finished. Then hurry up and get over here. Hey, Jessica? Jessica? Oh. This is no bueno. Oh, okay, she's here. Laura, where are you? I'll head over right now. By the way, you know that Jessica's actually Victorian? Yes. Laura? Hello? Hello? Why did the communicator have to break down now of all times? Let me check the coordinates. Where's the camp? How come there isn't so much as a marker? Where am I? Am I lost? Oh, I'm not lost, am I? As far as I remember, she's Victorian. I think it was mentioned as well, because there was a bit in... I can't remember if it was chapter 9 or 10, but where Blacksteel does something in Victoria, and it was vaguely mentioned there as well. Oh, no wonder she said "sod it." Yeah, that is definitely a very British phrase. I don't think I would ever expect an American to say "sod it." If they did, I would assume they watch British television. Her surname is Brinley. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. That's just like stereotypically posh name. Calm down, calm down. You're near Daviston. You aren't far from the plate. I... I guess I'll have to wait for the wind to stop. So I'm assuming, considering that there's 2 people that left Daviston, one left first and then one left to find the other, I'm assuming she's going to bump into the second person to leave. So cold. Jessica breathes a sigh and puts her hand in her pocket. Her fingers feel the velvet pouch in her bag, as well as the small, hard object inside. She takes out the pouch and pours out its contents. Oh? Oh? Reporting. Oh! Hello. Clip. Cliff. You, huh? Captain Liscombe encountered a windstorm on her way back and hasn't been able to return to the landship. I'm standing in for her for debriefing. Have you received the Daviston mission notice? Yes, sir. What about the details? Have you read it over yet? We will be heading to Daviston, a mining platform with a small residential area. The platform is currently stranded in the forests of eastern Columbia due to a powerful plant explosion. Our mission is to repair the plant and restore the plate's mobility. I suppose you can justify losing the accent if you don't live in Victoria too long. To a certain extent, yes. It does depend. So how long you've been, especially if you grew up. So if you were a child when you left a country, chances are you will pick up the accent of the country that you live in instead of the country you're from. But it also depends on family as well. So if your parents speak with a certain accent, you're still going to have a bit of that accent. You tend not to see too much of a difference unless someone is outright born in another country instead of moving, but it depends. I read about it, yeah. Good. If I remember correctly, the supplies were issued today. What about the follow-up arrangements? That's all it said on our orders. Never mind. There's no harm in telling you. As soon as Daviston returns to its original route, Fort Barron will be there to tow it to a nearby nomadic city plate for merging and salvage. Ah, Fort Barron. I'm guessing that's a, well, I was going to say I'm guessing that's a fort. You know what I mean, as in like a fortified town. Like, say, Fort Worth in Texas. So it's probably a smaller plate that will then drag that plate to a city plate. Merging and salvage. Ah. That kind of sounds like they're going to be out of a job. Why are you telling me this? Jessica, ever since you got back from Victoria, you haven't been putting in as much effort as before. Oh? Also, what happened in Victoria? Because we've only seen her a little bit in Victoria. Sir, I'm not sure that's a fair appraisal. I've been giving it my all in every mission, and have fulfilled every mission objective. Just last month, you refused an order to evacuate an area polluted with iridium dust. There was someone nearby who needed rescuing. Half a year ago, during an assault operation, you violated your superior's order, and specifically chose a route away from the residential areas. Your entire team almost got caught up in an unnecessary battle. Well, the original plan would have caused significant damage to the local residences. A year ago, when you had just returned from Victoria, you were immediately charged into the command center. I don't know, I want to give him an American accent, but he's not from Columbia. I don't know. If you'd been carrying a firearm, I would have thought you were mutinying. Sorry, sir, I wasn't able to control my emotions. But hundreds of Victorian citizens were... I understand your anger, but have you ever considered what would have happened if we hadn't evacuated as soon as possible? If a duke were to find out that Blacksteel, a Columbian company, was in the area? I now really want to know what happened in Victoria. I'm assuming we'll probably find out. To the countries involved, this would have sparked a conflict, but to normal folks, we'd call that a disaster. Doesn't make sense when you put it like that, but what does this have to do with our upcoming mission? I'm just trying to remind you to avoid making the same mistake you made in Victoria. The same mistake? What do you mean exactly? And while you're at it, take this pouch. Give what's inside to a man from Daviston named Woodrick Bianchi. Was there an N there? Yeah. Could you describe him at all? Like his features or race? No need. You'll know who he is the moment you see him. Sir, I still don't understand. It's just a power plant repair. Why? Let me remind you, Jessica. You're a mercenary. This is about business, not duty. Now go. Wow, Cliff is rather harsh. Yeah, though to be fair, I kind of expect that from a literally a the CEO of a mercenary company. Jessica picks up the bullet that fell from the pouch and holds it under the sunlight to examine it. Rimmed cartridge, 44. There's a pattern etched into the bottom. Is .44 a caliber that we use in the real world? I know of .45. I don't know. I think 44 is, but I think it's an old one, isn't it? No, it's too faint. I can't make it out. Understandable, but still kind of not like him on a personal level. Oh yeah. It is very much a respect the rank, not the person kind of guy. Like, if you're working under him, you're probably not going to like him, but at the same time, you know, you're working for him. Though, who knows, maybe he's just being like the harsh dad kind of character. Thank to ammo. It looks pretty much like the etched ammo we use at Blacksteel. The casing is rusted, and the surface surface's copper is browned. And even under the direct sunlight, there is hardly any luster. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. Hello, Mowind. Jessica breathes a sigh and puts it back inside the pouch. I make the same mistake I made in Victoria. Oh yeah, 44 Magnum. How did I forget that? So, that's weird. How did I forget that one? I suppose just seeing the number instead. What's going on in Daviston? Suddenly, she hears a sound that isn't the wind. Don't move, girl. Not unless you want a bullet through your chest. Weird place to aim if you've got them in your sight. Just aim at the head. Ah, who knows, that might not be a pistol, that might have been a rifle or a shotgun. In a lonely place. Big hitbox. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I suppose maybe I'm just used to all of those movies and such where, you know, the person comes up behind and they put the gun up to the back of your head and say, don't move. Maybe I'm just used to that. I suppose, yeah, if it was through the chest, that's going to be a distance away and probably facing you. Nobody shoots at the head, it's me. Oh, I know you don't shoot at the head. That's a stupid place to aim. Not unless you absolutely positively know that you can, but I mean, even then people avoid it. They hit center of mass. I was thinking more, I was assuming that the person came up behind her, which is why I had it in my head of like, you know, the pistol to the back of the head, which is a common trope. Okay, single checkpoint. I'm assuming that's 2, 3... I mean, it's 9, it's level 20, it's not going to be difficult. I'm just thinking about what I want to bring today. I'm not going to bring Chen, that's overkill. Speaking of 44 Magnum and giant hole in the chest is this event boss. Oh god. I love this music. I'm almost tempted to only bring gun operators, but I don't think I have the facilities for that at the moment. 2, 3... not gonna use that. Oh yeah, what's my healing situation like? Okay, I've got fine for healing. You'd need Blitz and or Liscom for that, yeah. I've got Liscom, but not leveled, I don't think. I used to use her quite a lot, and then I stopped. I started using other people, and then just never bothered. I go for Chive. I keep calling him Chive, but it's actually not Chive, is it? Would crossbows count? I suppose. I think in terms of range... Actually, in terms of range, I'm really bad for. Bloop. Might not bother with Myrtle, at least not yet. Oh, Jessica, I've never leveled you up further than I needed to. I think it's Kiavi. That is just... I'll just bring a cruise. I mean, this doesn't matter. This is the level 9, not level 9. This is a 9 sanity stage. It doesn't matter. I'm just setting up for the event in general. Should just write it down in IPA so there's no confusion or on pronunciation. True. Maybe, yeah, maybe like somewhere in the operator records, like just underneath the name, have a then broken up pronunciation of it. Might be useful for like, you know, international organizations like this. Though I suppose they don't really do that in the real world, so I suppose I can understand why they wouldn't. Anyway. In a panic, Jessica reaches for a handgun at her waist. Why would there be a handgun on her wrist? This isn't fucking Assassin's Creed. Anyway. But fear keeps her fingers saddled atop the holster, unable to bend. She smells something vaguely rank upon the wind. That would be the movies that come out of Colombia. Sorry. Don't do anything rash now. That hit someone else. Or did it not? Wait, what I did... Wait, I'm now. Who said what and made what a operator idea? Anyway, from the thicket, a hunter walks into Jessica's line of sight, smoking gun in hand, with a wide-brimmed hat covering his eyes. She turns and looks behind her to see a body of a wild beast laying in the snow. Blood still flowing from the wound in its head. Isn't a wrist gun for an operator? Yeah, actually that would be quite cool. You ought to keep your wits about you here. Thank you for saving me. Just passing by. Also, I will say in advance, I do apologise for every single American. The first time and probably the only time I will ever apologise to America, but yes. The elderly man stows his gun and walks straight towards the beast's body. He draws a knife and slices open its stomach, clean and precise, to keep the blood from spilling out. He then sticks both hands into its belly and lets out a long sigh. It's so damn cold around here. Excuse me, sir, but are you a local hunter? Please do not do the Star Wars thing. I hope you're not going to go inside. Man's Arthur Morgan, but in Arknights. I can sort of see that, yeah. His wings look like pistols, yeah. Although, didn't the other guy's wings also look like pistols? Suppose so. Do you know how to get to Daviston? The hell are you going there for? I'm meeting up with my teammates. You ain't alone? Well, my team split up to rescue a hostage from some bandits, but afterwards I broke my communicator and got lost in the woods. A hostage? Who? An elderly Forte man. Didn't expect it to be you people. Alright then, follow me. Where are we going? Didn't you say you were heading for Daviston? But... Don't say I didn't offer. By the by, Kay, you read the event currency? No, I always forget that the currencies have lore tidbits. I'll read it the next time I'm in the menu. The old man pays her no more heed. He stands up to sling the carcass over his shoulders and briskly walks deeper into the forest. Wait up! Are you sure about leaving Jessica all alone out here? Out there, rather? I know you're worried, and so am I. But after fighting by her side for so many years, I trust that she's perfectly capable of handling herself. I'm just worried. There are a lot more bandits out there. Oh, that there are more. Sorry, not that there are a lot more. Anyway, a couple of stragglers, sure, but what if they've got a whole band of reinforcements? Jessica's been through much worse than a bunch of thugs. Whether it's a rain of arrows whizzing past her scalp, blades nicking her throat, or surroundings choked with active originium, where even a single crack in her protective gear would be immediately evident. Each and every time she completes the mission without our support and without the company's supervision. Yeah, I feel like that last part has probably annoyed the company by the sounds of it. She may be on her own, but she never fails to deliver results. She is Rambo. I can't deny that. But I'm sure you know that she comes back every time with red, swollen eyes, so before she returns, someone has to be there for her when she's bawling her eyes out, right? What do those puffy eyes mean? They mean that she's wiped her tears before coming to see us. She doesn't want anyone to see her crying. Yeah, she's only 23. And now one of the few people that have a full-on confirmed age. Yes, 23. And 2.5 of those last 3 years have been spent on the battlefield. '23. So should have been 22 in the Victoria arc. Excuse me, but did an explosion just go off nearby? Nope. Could swear I heard something. Pretty sure I wasn't imagining it. It was a tree, not an explosion. A tree? If it gets too cold in the forest, the sap inside expands as it freezes, causing the trunk to burst. From a distance it sounded a bit like firelight. What are you, anyway? Soldier? Merc? I've been a mercenary for almost 5 years now. Family in debt or something? No, I just didn't want to always be sheltered by my family name. I don't want to follow the path that they laid out for me. So you went and became a merc? Yes. So what are you looking... Oh, so what are you... That's really weird of me. I'm struggling to say that. So what are you looking for on the battlefield? Fame, fortune, glory? None of the above. I want to eliminate crises, resolve conflicts, and protect those in dangerous situations. Huh. So there are mercs who do that kind of stuff. News to me. I can tell you're trying. I'm trying very hard. The funniest thing is, like, I can sort of do it if I'm not reading it. Like, if I'm just doing a phrase or something unprompted, not asked of me, and not reading someone else's writing, I can sort of get away with it. But at the moment... At the moment, I can feel the top % of my viewership being Americans very quickly plummeting. Sir, we're no ordinary mercenary group. We're... Let me remind you, Jessica, you're a mercenary. This is about business, not duty. Alright. Enough of that. Don't give me your whole spiel. Sorry to bother you two, but are you talking about that seasoned mercenary with 5 years of combat experience? This event is 1099, right? Yes, it was described as being a year after she was in Victoria, so I'm assuming they're referring to that time that she was seen in the story arc. Yeah, why? Got anything to add, Laura? You two have worked... No month mentioned yet? Not as far as I can tell. You two have worked with Jessica for a lot longer than me, so you've got a much better grasp of her abilities and limitations than I do, right? What? You think she can handle it on her own? So, rather, you think. Of course, Captain Liscombe is right. She's been to far more dangerous places over the last 3 years. Well, I can't help but worry when I think about that crybaby side of her. We all know she's going to be perfectly fine. Am I wrong? She doesn't know that. Yeah, she's the only one. But maybe she just needs a chance. Just one chance to see her own worth. There we go. And just saying that this is her opportunity. I wouldn't go that far. Sir, excuse me, sir. You're awful noisy, young lady. I, didn't mean to bother you, but if you could please take a look over there. Jessica points to a trap next to a tree in the distance. There, a beast cub's forelimbs are tightly clamped between metal teeth. The cub whines as blood seeps out from the trap's steel bite. After the old hunter takes notice, he sets down the beast's carcass, walks over to the tree, unties the trap, and frees the cub. And it's just a cub. Maybe we can let it go. If its mother is in the area, we could take a quick look around. I'm expecting like a shotgun shot at the very moment. Also, I heard that during the winter, hunters will often let mothers and cubs go so that the pack can reproduce. Oh. Its mother is right here. You mean the beast you just killed? I've seen this female with her cubs a few times before. Now the mother's been shot to death, and the cub stepped in some sloppily placed trap. So its pelt is all ruined. So, what should we do with it? Wring its neck, put it out of its misery. How could you say that? What else? It won't last long on a broken leg, with no mother. You want to leave it here to die a slow death? You won't hear me complaining. So, there's no way for it to survive? Nope. Could you please hand it to me then? You want to finish the job? Be my guest. Shh. It'll be alright, little fella. Everything will be alright. Jessica holds the cub in her arms and gently runs her fingers down its fur. She doesn't do anything else. She patiently waits for the cub's whines to gradually fade away until they disappear completely. I couldn't save it, but at least I can let it go in a warm embrace. Merc's doing hospice care, huh? That's another first for me. Do you mind if I leave it here? I think Mother is a good enough catch on its own. What? You want me to bury it for you too? Hold a funeral while we're at it? No. Every animal in the forest is hungry during the winter. If we leave it here, maybe one of them can have a good meal. I might be a bit of a softie, but that doesn't mean I'm completely oblivious. If you get it, then try to keep up, Miss Mercenary. I'm guessing you don't want to get lost in the woods again. Beast cubs, I'm assuming bear? I guess so. I mean, the way they described the trap was literally a bear trap, so I'm assuming it was probably something like that. The wind's cleared the fog, sir. Did you bring us here just to get a view of Daviston? When I was little, I loved running through to the high places near the plate, just to get a good look down the town I lived in. Speaking of Jessica, she dodged my pull. Oh, don't worry, she seems to have dodged literally everyone in chat. What was it like back then? Livelier, more glamorous, more full of life. As for now, well, there's no going back, no turning back the clock. Ugh, freaking cold. Can't believe they shipped us off to a place like this. And why did none of you bring, like, you know, cold weather equipment? Like, you were told where you were going. Franca, what's on your mind? I was just thinking about Jessica again. What about her? Didn't you say you weren't worried? I was thinking about that opportunity we were talking about. Oh, you mean the chance for her to see her own worth? Who knows, maybe one day I'll come to her in a... Not you. It will come to her in a gust of wind. A freaking cold one. So cold it makes her shiver all over. But it'll sweep away all the fog before her eyes, and everything will become as clear as day. I just hope that when she sees... Oh, that what she sees then won't be anything like what you were looking at. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's pretty snowed in. That's so snowed in, it would have to start making a WikiLeaks. Like, that is very deep in snow. Like, you can see where the snow's gone over stuff. I mean, I suppose if they can get power going, the heating might melt the snow and it would be able to sort of shrug it off, but otherwise that's pretty foreign. Also, that is just awesome. I love the designs of these plates. Probably abandoned by now. Well, isn't this the place they're going to, though? The power plant with everything, so it can't be that abandoned. We've just seen people in there already. Amidst the dispersing fog, huge tracks formed of fallen trees and broken branches can be seen winding down the hillside toward the centre of the valley. I need to rest, sleep the pain away. Okay, no worries. Have a nice sleep, Les. At their... Oh, an abandoned plate. Okay, so not then. At their end is an abandoned plate. Despite the distance, everyone can clearly see an energy tower rising from the middle of it, feebly wheezing out puffy white breaths. Like a dying patient struggling for air. I don't understand how it's an abandoned plant but still operating. Well, not operating, but like you can... If it's puffing out, you know, some sort of smoke or vapour from it, I'm assuming that means there's people there.
Everyone, there's no need for you all to stand so far from me.
Ooh, I like this. Energy capacity. What's energy capacity? Okay, they're a little bit tanky.
Don't worry, my poison is not contagious.
BGM a bit louder. Let me know if that's too loud, I'm not sure. That might be a bit. That's now going into the yellow.
We're fighting you guys. Then please
Oh.
do your bestest job.
Hello, that's
I'll
quick.
be really bored.
And it's dead.
Fascinating.
Honor must be defended.
Wait, who said honor must be defended? Oh, her. Explodes? Oh, hello. I wonder.
Solid positioning.
Okay.
I'll charge the weak. Relax. It'll be over in an instant.
Mission accomplished.
I love that the moment I saw it explode when it died, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll grab that. We have radiation and Arknights. To be fair, they have always said that there's something along those lines, but not in the same way, if that makes sense. So it's not like the radiation we have, or it's separate, or something like that. They always stress that originium isn't radioactive. They've always suggested that. Although I find that statement somewhat bullshit, because it clearly radiates light and heat. So there is some radiation, but I guess it meant, like, not, you know, nuclear radiation, I guess is what they meant. I'm so glad I don't have eye tracking. Helena, ain't it way too cold in here today? Almost out of charcoal. Have to save up some for later. I'll just burn that mountain of bills piling up in my place. The bank's just gone and send more anyhow. Who the fuck is sending bills to this place if there's, like, you know, like, okay, yeah, we're not going to send anyone to help you. We're still going to bill you for these places, though. Did you catch a cold? Come on, let's swing around to my place and grab a stack of that waste paper. Why do you think I'm coughing? I was in front of her. Oh, if it ain't Sylvia. Hello. Good evening, Mr. Teremin. Leremin? Teremin? I don't know. What brings someone from the bank out here to our shabby little establishment? Something wrong? Sorry. Leon, I ain't seen Benny in a while. What's the kid been up to? Busy with his studies. Got his nose in a book till dawn every night. Didn't the school close down a while ago? Our neighbour, Miss Selena, is that Selena or Selena? I don't know. Used to be a school teacher. She reckoned it'd be a real shame for Benny to miss out on all that book learning, so she's been letting him study at her place. Huh, good for him. Benny's always been a smart kid, and he was real shook when he learned he wouldn't be able to go to school no more. Steely got a job on Terra. Yeah, and there's also Benny, apparently. Yeah. He was so anxious that whole year. Mr. Tremin, actually, I could teach Benny too. Oh, right. You graduated from the best business school in Columbia. And what's he supposed to learn from you? How to make a bank... How to become a banker so he can bury people in bills too when he grows up? Leon, eat your damn breakfast before it freezes over. I need to get to work, so I'll be leaving now. I'll leave the money on the table. You know she ain't responsible for any of the loans here in Daviston, right? What are you giving her lip for? Then let her have a heart-to-heart with the others. They'll be even harsher, I guarantee it. But still, we watched her grow up. That's exactly why. Pisses me off even more. Sorry to keep you waiting, ma'am. I hope we're not too late. Oh. Oh, I suppose if anyone's going to have the money to pay Blacksteel, it would be a bank. Oh, hello. It's fine. You're not late at all. What would you like me to call you? You can call me, Oh, I was really hoping it was going to be how long have you been standing here, Achu, but that would have been too stupid, I must admit. How long have you been standing here, ma'am? Since this morning. The message only said you'd be arriving today, but not a specific time. But it's already afternoon. You've been standing here this whole time? Yes. 3 hours ago we sent a notification to the plate, updating them on our ETA. I didn't get anything of the sort. That's weird. Who sent you? The manager. Manager? That's not a title I'm used to hearing in government work. I mean, it's a bank. Banks aren't publicly owned. I don't even think the national banks are, normally. Actually, I'm not from the government. There we go. I work for the local bank. Oh, okay. They didn't know it was a bank. Okay, fair enough. Since when is a bank in charge of this? Actually, Daviston is. I just realised his beanie says sucks. Where, Captain Liscombe? Is this the woman? Oh, is this woman the one in charge of our reception? Wait, Sylvia? They sent you out here for this? That's right, sir. Hey, old man, any idea why the government sent a banker to pick us up instead? You'd best ask the bank directly. I sure ain't gonna be able to explain all the twists and turns. In true Columbian fashion, the bank owns the government. Or the businesses do. Alright then. Franca, go ahead and take the gentleman home. And while you're at it, take a walk around Daviston to get a better grasp of the situation here. Understood. Laura, bring the others with you and find a good place for a safe house where we can securely stow our supplies and vehicles. If you manage to get a hold of Jessica, report it to me right away. Got it. Sylvia and I will head to the bank to find out what exactly is going on here. That's our teacher's pet for you. Thanks for volunteering for the hard part. Where should we regroup once we're all finished? Y'all can meet up at the only diner still open in town. It's right by the only road to the mine, run by a real nice lady named Helena. And if this Jessica of yours finds her way into town, I reckon that's where she'll end up too. It's decided then. See, I like him because they actually write the dialect into his dialogue. Lena? I did say Helena. It might have cut off on the mic. I'm still tweaking the pickups. The bank is right up ahead, miss. Oh, this is actually a lot more street-like than I expected it to be. People have been avoiding us the whole way. Had I known, I'd have asked Franca to take my equipment back with her first. No, that's not why. Oh. Oof. Sorry. Oof. You asshole, you run into someone and don't even apologise. It's over. Sir, are you okay? Has he got a ridginium on his neck? It's all over. I missed that sound effect on Roblox. Wait, they got rid of it? Is it no longer the default sound if you're making a game on it? Sir? Sir, what happened? What's going on? He looks like his soul has left his body. Where's he going? Do you recognise him, Sylvia? No, let's, head to the bank first. Still nice looking plates. Yeah, yeah. Empty, but then again, I don't think I've ever really seen people in the artwork. Along with the rapid development of pioneer settlements, pneumatic plates, both large and small, have also been springing up. There we go. But at the time, very few financial institutions in Colombia were specialised in pioneering. After looking deeply into the living conditions of the countless pioneers on the frontier's edge, our founder decided to plant his roots alongside them and establish the first bank to provide practical financial support to the lower and middle classes. Ah, right. There, okay, that's the spiel. He prided himself in building trust, showing kindness and doing his best to provide attentive service to everyone who walked through his doors in the rough and tumble frontier. And the moment they get back to a real city plate, they're going to be in so much debt. It wasn't long before his hard work and empathy won him wide recognition. Then we began forming close and fruitful partnerships with the local governments, working together with mining and pioneering companies to help them flourish and expand rapidly into settlements just like Daviston. Ah, you're the person everyone was angry at in the trailer. I recognise that hair and suit. Quite the legend, wouldn't you agree? And who might you be? Sorry for keeping you waiting, Miss Liscombe. I am this bank's manager. My sincerest apologies for not being able to welcome you in person earlier. Yeah, no, you strike me as the sort of person who wouldn't have done that. We are aware of the problems facing Daviston. A few inconveniences are to be expected, however... No need to be reserved. Feel free to speak your mind. We were planning to liaison with the local government, not a bank. What exactly happened to the government here? Sylvia, did you not explain the situation? Manager, Sylvia stood alone in the cold for the better part of the day. If you ask me, what she needs right now is hot water and a blanket. Of course. Sylvia, take half a day off to go home and get some rest. Wow, how generous. You didn't even need to say half the day, it's already half the day. Just say take the rest of the day off. That would have made you sound at least a little bit better. Like, what in the nation shall mourn for half a day? Like, that just immediately made me think of that bloke from Snezhnaya. Like, that was such a pointless thing to say. Just say take the rest of the day off. Okay. Okay, I'll see you later then, miss. Oh, Sylvia... Mrs. Scom, if there's anything else you need, please let me know. Resources are scarce on this plate, but we will do everything in our power to accommodate you. Copper is just getting more and more agitated at her presence. I love it. She's literally said one thing. She has said one thing, and I can already feel the American work-life bullshit emanate through the screen. Like, you can tell this place has, like, 1 day of sick leave a year. Like, it's that sort of... She sounds like that sort of person. I appreciate the sentiment, but please don't try to change the subject. Why is it that Blacksteel's client was the local government, but were being greeted by your bank's employees? Where are the heads of the local government agencies? Please, come with me. Are you telling me that your government officials are in the bank's garage? During last year's bankruptcy liquidation, the local government cut most of their departments and laid off most of their employees. But that wasn't enough to pay off the massive debts they still held. In the end, the remaining government buildings were put up for auction as well. What about the mayor, then? Where is he? Fucking hell, the corporations really do own this country, don't they? Like, Christ, not even America's that bad. Like, you wouldn't have an entire village just immediately collapse in on itself because they couldn't pay a bank. Yet, I suppose, yeah, fair. Give it another year of election and we'll see how it goes, but still. like, this is some major bullshit. Like, this is full on, like... What about the mayor, then? Where is he? Unfortunately, after the last mayor ran off with hardly a penny to his name, the townsfolk never found a suitable candidate to replace him. As you can see, all that remains today is the mayor's secretary and a few temporary employees. Ah. Now... certain politician and CEO, write that down, write that down. I probably being a little bit prejudiced here, but I did immediately get alarm bells when I saw the Kuranta in a suit. Like, that immediately, like, something in my head just went, that explains it. Like, no, it doesn't. He's probably Colombian. Oops. It's okay. If the bank hadn't generously provided us with free office space, we'd be out on the streets. It's just the right thing to do. Besides, it's nothing compared to what you've been through. Seeing as the government is still functioning, can we... No. I mean, as much as we'd like to help you, we simply don't have the manpower to support your work. Then, who's in charge of matters concerning our job here? We've given full authority over to the woman standing next to you. Go to her for anything you might need. Absolutely, my door is always open. I certainly hope you can issue a formal document showing this authorization. Mr. Secretary, when can we expect that document? I'll have it ready right away. The official seal somehow went missing yesterday, so I've sent someone to go look for it. Thank you. Now then, I'm very much looking forward to a mutually beneficial partnership. Red flags! Get your red flags here! I'll show you to my office. Try not to dawdle, as we have many things to discuss before our work begins in earnest. Sure. Wait, just a moment, ma'am. What is it now? Well... It's been way too cold in here recently. Would you mind turning up the heat in the garage a smidge. Is it garage or garage? I can never remember how Americans say it. Everyone's freezing down here. Of course, I'll always do my best to accommodate your needs. Have you and your teammates decided on I was about to say one day. God. Have you and your teammates decided on a rendezvous point? Not yet. But it'll be fine. I'll find some way to wait for them on my own. Achoo. And there's a diner in Daviston. Way in there. Where is it? Oh, if you don't... you don't need to take me there. General direction should be fine. Forget it. Just come with me. Huh? Is he one of the plate's residents? But man, why doesn't he have anything with him? Excuse me, sir, where are you going? Hello? Are you leaving the plate? It's not safe out here. Over here, I'm talking to you. Look, over here. Can you hear me? Sir? Sir! The man doesn't respond to Jessica's calls and simply continues shuffling towards the snow in silence. In front of him, the vast white stretches far into the distance, blending into the dark ashen sky. From Jessica's perspective, the vast snowfield gradually squeezes the man into a pale blue line. After a short while, he shrinks into a small dot, then finally disappears into the white. Nothing remains to prove he was even there, save for the tracks he left behind. Ow! Are you coming or not? I'll be right there. Okay, so weird things are happening. I'm back, Helena. Woody? It's about time. Wait, where's Miles? He was rescued by this girl's friends. And who are you? I'm, she's a merc. She's a merc I met on the way. Her communicator broke and she got separated from her teammates, so I brought her into town to wait for him. Mind if I take a look at the communicator? I might be able to fix it up for you. Here. Sorry to bother you like this. No problem. You guys saved Miles, so what's a little communicator between friends? That said, why come here of all places? We received a commission from the local government to help Daviston restore its power facilities and get the plate back onto its navigation route. Hold on, Gel. Could you repeat that? Restore our power facilities? You ain't pulling my leg, are you? I suppose they'd say northeast, didn't they? You should see the goofy grin on your face. Young lady, regardless of why you and your companions are here, thank you so much for rescuing Miles. I've been so worried I ain't slept a wink in days. I would so much love to give her that stereotypical, you know, diner woman accent, but I can't. Alright, all's well that ends well. Then, got anything to eat? Didn't have nothing ready, but looks like you brought something back for me. Oh, right. Mother Beast. Sorry, it was my fault. No use fretting over something like that. At this time of year, nothing beats meat. Meat. She doesn't have much of an accent in her EN dub, if I remember. Oh, that's a shame, considering she certainly has a dialect in her words. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, you two, sit your butts down and grab something to drink. I'll prepare the meat. Hey, why are you getting up to leave? When are you gonna eat? Change your plans. Sir, how badly damaged is the communicator? Nothing serious. Come on, let's go take a look around my warehouse. Might find some spare parts we can use. Stop tinkering for a second. Give this a try. Deep fried? Now this is the good stuff. But this definitely ain't enough for everyone. If you're worried about that, then stop scarfing it all down. The poor girl still ain't had a piece. It's totally fine. He helped me fix the communicator, so he deserves to eat his fill. That barely counts for anything. It's so cold around these parts. We all gotta help each other out, just to get by. Give us a holler if you ever need anything. The long beast. Thank you, I appreciate it, ma'am. By the way, I happened to see someone a ways out from the plate. He wasn't carrying anything and wouldn't respond when I called out to him. He just kept walking deeper and deeper into the snow, until I couldn't see him anymore. Did something happen to him? You're a guest here, young lady. Don't worry your pretty little head over stuff like that, and just fill your tummy first, okay? See, yeah, you can't have that and not make me think that she should have an accent. Yeah, they definitely know what's going on, though. Then, would you mind if I asked you about someone else? Kids these days. Barely stepped on the plate and already so many questions. Alright, fine. Ask away. I wanted to know about a man named Woodrow Bianchi. Who? Sorry, I guess you're not familiar with him? I'll try asking someone else. No, that ain't the problem. You sure you're not confused? I wasn't going to say much up until this moment, but I was thinking it was funny that she is actually talking to the person that she was supposed to find. Please tell me it's not actually Bianchi. Woodrow's the man who brought you in, you know, though. Oh, here. Jesus, that's a lot. Combustible salvaged from Daviston and its environs. Okay. Practically worthless for heat and produces way too much smoke. But fuel is fuel, and there's no old worker by the energy tower who'll trade goods from the mine for it. Plastics, paper, wood, even scrapped uranium circuitry. Their only commonality is that they all burn when thrown into the power plant and provide the plate with just that much more heat. Wow, it really is Frostpunk. H makes a she sound like a K sound. Interesting. Is it like Italian? Or a different, or like a similar thing? Man, I like the music here. Oh, okay, so I guess we're going to find out about the energy. Italian, okay. Oh, that's right, it's the double C that makes the ch sound, isn't it? Oh yeah, the furniture. So there is furniture for the game, isn't there? It's the stuff that you unlock, I think. Anyway, city heat. There are many ways to test new inventions in Colombia, such as using someone who won't be missed. I mean, you're out of line, but you're right. Like, what in the Wild West is that? I mean, I admit, so far this event has been like the Wild West, but if it was snow, but still. AKA children? No, that's Victoria. Alright, so waste heat. Deals arts damage to both enemies and allies and reduces enemies' movement speed, but will change their energy. Okay, so this is the energy thing they're talking about. Or Rhine Labs. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so it's an area of effect damage, arts damage. So it's basically like the witchcraft altar things that the Sarkaz have. I do love the industrial look of the maps as well. Mixed in with old-timey American sort of like flat buildings.
On standby.
Let's go. Check out this old-fashioned waste heat vent. Look, I'm warming it up. Oh, is it going to point in a direction? Okay, so it's not going to be air. It's not going to be surrounding air effect. Oh, I wonder how far it's going to go though. Will it hurt? It really is heating up the energy from your energy of your attacks. Franco, we need to collect more data on local equipment and enemies for future operations. No biggie, just leave it to me. Oh, Jesus. Like, isn't it going to hurt her? It gets hit by the fucking space battleship Yamato laser. When the waste heat then reaches critical temperatures, it will actively dissipate the accumulated heat in a straight line in front of it, dealing continuous arts damage to all those units and slowing enemies in its range. POV, the tapeworm clinging onto your intestine after you've had Taco Bell. But the emitted heat will also change the enemies' heat amplifying equipment, gradually increasing their attack and defense. So it hurts them, but it's also going to charge them up. Okay. Let's get a medic on our operations ASAP.
One bullet each.
Yeah, I realised it was now... Oh. Enemies will enter an overload state once fully charged, greatly increasing their attack speed, defense, and res. Ugh. Ow, I expected no less from our teacher's pet, completely blocking such a rapid assault. There's no way they can maintain that state for long, so I'll take on all their attacks.
Charging. Gotta aim more carefully.
It seems like they lose all their energy when the overload runs out. Enemies with no energy will lose their attack defense buff, so it's best time to strike back. Operator Jessica here to provide support. Oh yeah. I guess. like that.
It's okay. It's curable.
Oh, that's going to be a problem. I guess we find out what the radiation does. Oh, God.
All right. Freeze! Thunderstorm.
I've probably messed this up by doing it this way, but we'll see. What does this do?
It's okay. It's curable.
I don't need it.
One bullet each.
I'm firing my laser.
There is no. Mission accomplished. I really did it. I managed to protect everyone by myself.
Okay. CV2. I don't know why, but the beginning of this song, like that slow build up, for some reason I always expect I really want to stay at your house, or yeah, is that the name of the song? You know, the Cyberpunk song, because it starts with that similar sort of build up of that, I don't know, synth type build up, and then goes into a song. I don't expect it to go into a more hard military beat, or more not military, more action beat, but still. The banner is Cyberpunk 2077 inspired. Yeah, I definitely felt that when I saw all the yellow and that. Double indemnity. Repairing something old means willfully choosing to bear the burden of time. Proceed with caution. Reminds me of Running in the Dark too. The start at least. Yeah. Because there it is, shooting that way. Oh, I love this music. You love the mook in this event. Mook. What, as in the enemies, or as in the, what do you mean, like, the gimmick? Also, it's good to see you're no longer disgusted by 2-lane boxes. Well, to be fair, this one isn't that bad, because I can still block 2. What I don't like is when the 2 lanes are, like, either side of the map. That annoys me. Or if it's more than 2. So those disgust me, still. This one is manageable. I can have healers around and basically have it located in one area so I don't have to split my units. In anything that requires strategy, the thing that I hate the most is splitting units, because I struggle to focus on 2 different points of battle at the same time. Good night, Hammer, and I wish you have more luck than me pulling Jessica. Oh god. Yeah, have a nice sleep. I suppose you'll find out at the end of the VOD if I get her or not. Alright, let's see how this goes then. I'm fine with what I've got. I've got plenty of... I'll wait to see where the slugs come from before dropping down my Lapland. What? And she goes, hey Jessica, where are you going? I need to go find him. Jessica? Oh. Franca? Laura? What are you doing here? Reporting in, I've confirmed Jessica's location. She was, in fact, at said diner, and her lips are currently covered in oil. Best guess is that she's been getting acquainted with the menu. Wow. Understood. I'm just about finished on my end as well. Took you long enough, teacher's pet. We were starving out here. It was hard to find this place. It's in the middle of nowhere. Well, whatever. Let's just find something to tide us over. Miss, I'm extremely grateful you brought Miles home, but if you're going to complain about my cooking, that's a different matter. Complain? What's there to complain about in this weather? Isn't that right, Laura? Of course, it's absolutely delicious. Better than anything my mum or grandma ever made, that's for sure. Good to hear. There's still folks out there who can appreciate the craft. So, what do they do for a living, sweetie? Are they cooks? My mum's a doctor and my grandma's an engineer. And neither of them know their way around a kitchen, so my dad did all the cooking. Hey, don't you think you're enjoying that a little too much? Whoa, easy there. I'm eating, see? I'm eating. Okay. Wow. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have anything to drink? I'd like a glass of water. Sure thing. Just one moment. Picking up and randomly emptying glasses on the table, the restaurant owner throws open the window and scoops up a cupful of thick snow. Fair enough. Give it a bit to melt and then it'll be drinkable. I mean, to be fair, if you're going to be isolated somewhere in ice and snow, at least water's the one thing you won't be running out of. By the way, Captain, did you ever find out why we met up with someone from the bank? The government here is barely functional and doesn't have the capacity to interface with us, so they left the matter entirely to the bank, who I imagine will interfere with us. They left it to who? Well, what did the folks at the bank say? Okay, at least this isn't common for the Columbians then, if everyone is confused by it. That gives me some faith in this country. It roughly boils down to two things. We'll have their full support, and the details will be discussed at a later date. That's 2 red flags. Sounds like we've got a work cut out for us. But you're not the type to come here to eat your sorrows away, right? They're lacking in supplies and manpower, but they do have money. Money's the only thing we're not short on, though. That said, assuming the bank keeps their word, what do you think about hiring on a few of the locals? Still a country run by a warmonger cuckoo. Well, yes, but, I mean, you know, Mr. Pheasantdent aside, at least it's not as bad as I originally assumed with this whole bank stuff. So maybe it's not quite reached Casimir's level of American hellscape, but still. Ever since the power plant incident, most of the people on this place have chosen to leave. It's hard to say how many able-bodied workers are left. That explains how few lights are on outside. It's barely 8 o'clock. To be honest, we don't need that many people either. I can handle the repair work with just my team. What we really need is someone with a deep understanding of the situation on the energy tower. Is the bank offering any good candidates? Nope. About that. Sir? I was so busy fixing up your communicator that I forgot to introduce myself. I am literally the owner of the power plant. Like, I'm imagining something like that. The name's Leon Temerin, a blast engineer from the local mine. Pleased to meet you. I still don't know if it's Temerin or Therimin. I'm assuming it's a ter. I'm assuming it's not a the sound. If it is, I think whichever country made that name should dissolve. Because who the fuck is saying Therimin? A blast engineer from the mine? Why are you still here after all this time? A few of us stubborn old farts refuse to leave. I've been in this mine since I was 4. That's not the flex you think it is, but okay. Wouldn't know how to live anywhere else. They literally just went... they literally just went, children yearn for the mines. When the plant first started having problems back then, I took a team down there to deal with it, though we never managed to fix it entirely. We did get it up and running for a while. I'm impressed. It's still working to this day. That's all in the past now. Past, nothing worth mentioning, but how would I be paid for this exactly? Oh, that. The commission's supposed to be completed ASAP, so we're not paid per dime. Only the required room and board expenses are covered. After the plan is repaired, we'll be paid a lump sum. The faster we can get it done, the bigger the reward. Of course, we can also offer you a portion of the payment in advance, if in the interest of corporation. How much are we talking here? You'll be treated as a consultant. If we can get the job done in 2 months, you'll get 40,000 in a month, twice that. In a week, twice that again. A bit more than that. You'll be able to earn yourself a solid 200 grand. Fuck me. Where do I sign up? Deal? Yeah. Didn't even think twice, huh? Lady, 200 grand. Like, okay, maybe Colombian currency isn't as strong as the American one, but 200 grand of any currency is pretty nice. Yeah, literally, like, I ain't turning down 200 grand. Sure, but where would you even spend that kind of cash here? Who cares? It depends on how old you are. For a young guy, 200 grand is enough to eat, drink, and play to your heart's content. But when you're my age, it's just another drop in the bucket called debt. Debt? Are you in debt? No, not just me. Everyone left here is in debt. How do I put it? How do I put this? Well, I'll just give it to you straight. You asked about the guy who walked out in the snowfield earlier, right? It's probably because of his debts. That kind of stuff happens all the time here. After being forced into bankruptcy, he had no choice but to walk straight into the snowfield with nothing on him. What are the odds he's still alive? I knew I should have stopped him. If we go looking for him right now, can we still save him? That ain't even worth thinking about. It's too late. It's not your fault, Jessica. So, Laura, is there anything you'd like to discuss with Mr. Tremond? Oh, right. Come back here tomorrow to meet up with us, sir. If you have any materials, bring them with you, too. Alright, no problem. I know a few miners, too. They can also... Oh, that won't be necessary. You're enough. Don't be like that. Can't hurt to recruit a few more. Put yourself in our shoes. All the able-bodied folks are gone, and the only people left are old farts like me. Ah, that's... Okay. Thanks for coming to see me, Benny. I'll be fine though. So head on home. Stay out any later, and Leon's gonna be worried sick about you again. I still haven't finished my writing exercises. Besides, I don't want to go home. Dad is... never mind. I know Leon's got a bit of a temper, but even after all these years, his feelings for you never I understand all that, but... you warm enough? Should I throw you a few more logs into the fire? Don't worry, it's fine. By the way, about those people who brought you home today, was that the same Blacksteel squad that rescued you? Yep. They're here to help us fix the energy tower. When it's all up and running and the heat's working again, we won't even need this fireplace. But even if the tower can be fixed up, that doesn't mean the plate will come back to life. I mean, nowadays people, for some reason, consider 30 to 40 old. It's also possible that he's like 50 to 60 and just doesn't look old. Or it's also possible that the lifespan of people isn't that high. I mean, for all the advancements that Terra has, it is also still somewhat medievally to a certain extent, so... And especially in a country like Colombia where you don't necessarily have access to medical. You're gonna go bold early if you keep worrying about crap like that. Well, someone has to worry about it, because Dad sure won't. And who else is going to? There was Carl, but he's gone now too. Benny. Ooh. Miles, are you there? Miles? Oh, thank goodness. I found us a great job. We can fix up the power plant and make piles of cash while we're at it. Oh, his ears perked up. Dad, what are you doing here? Oh, you were here, Benny. Well, you can stay and keep studying. I need to take Miles to go meet those Blacksteel girls. I already met them. They're the ones who rescued me. Me and my memory. Did you already ask the others? I asked all over town. They're either already gone or getting ready to leave, or have given up already, altogether rather. You and I are the only ones still willing to put in the work on that plant. Well, okay, on the bright side, at least Blacksteel won't be paying too much out of their pocket. The safe house isn't expected to be completely ready for use until tomorrow night, so we'll be establishing this as our temporary rendezvous point. Laura, as of tomorrow, the engineering team will be under your command. Fuck it, Liscombe's British now. We must restore this plate's mobility as soon as possible. No problemo. As for Franca and Jessica, I have some odd jobs for the two of you. I need one person to come with me and pay the bank another visit, and the other needs to head to the outskirts of the plate to make a security assessment. Employees from the bank have said that bandits occasionally come from out there. Can I volunteer to head to the outskirts? Sure, why not? Which means I'll be going with old Liscombe here to see just how big of a headache these bank people are going to be. Chat, I feel like I'm going to be really annoyed with this bank. Everyone, please note that while most of the tower is basically safe due to active originium dust settling down over a long period of time, there are still areas where the index exceeds standard values. There we go, Jesus, yeah. Was that a trick question? Fair. I've already synced your devices with the specific danger zones. This will be a hot repair. As soon as the tower as a tower is still in operation, I'll be at a low output, so please pay attention to your personal safety and report any accidents ASAP. Thanks. Thanks, you two. There we go. You saved us a lot of time poking around at the danger zones one by one. I've worked here most of my life. This place is more than my home. It's more my home than that crappy room in the underpass. then sorry in advance for making a bit of a mess. Wouldn't have it any other way. Red. Hot. Ugh. It's so badly damaged, but it's still burning. This is practically a miracle. Miles and I reinforced the furnace a few years back, both to prevent accidents and to let it burn things other than originium fuel. First time a winter like this struck, we still had some leftover originium products lying around, but later we were lucky to have wood to burn. As for now, all we can do is assess the situation. Team A is in place. Everyone else, report to your location and status. Fuck it, Laura's British too now. We'll begin diagnostics in 1 minute. Team B in place. Visual inspection shows approximately 30% damage to the combined cycle unit. Team C in place. The cooling system is completely wrecked, but since it's so cold outside, we can throw together a makeshift air cooling system. Team D in place. The ash discharging air duct is operating normally. We'll adjust our pace depending on the other team's needs. God, we're already colonising Arknights. No. We're just retaking some, you know, bratty colonies. Well then, everyone. Let's get to work. Just got cold shot. Nice. What's that PowerPoint slide? I mean, I know I am essentially playing a PowerPoint, but still. Next, it's going to be like the star that grows from the center and... Captain, I've arrived at the last patrol point. Any sign of bandits along the way? No, I drove all the way out here without seeing anything. Franco and I will be entering talks with the bank shortly. Be careful. If you encounter any problems, contact us immediately. Don't worry about inconveniencing us, you understand? Roger that. I think that's the first time any of them have actually used proper radio term there. Helena said that Woodrow often passes by here after hunting. I don't know if I'll be able to meet him today. Why does it smell like pine oil here? Pine branches. Did someone start a fire? Roger. Oh, silence. Someone's been through here, but who? Could it be Woodrow coming back to the plate? Oh no, they're gonna run. She's gonna run into the bandits. Oh no, never mind. Woodrow, wait for me. Oh. God damn it, attack of the Twinks again. Someone else is back there. How small was that guy? Oh no. Woodrow, watch out. Who's there? Oh shit. You've brought more bad news. Oh, please tell me he's not working with them. What are you doing here? Sir, there might be bandits roaming in the area. You should head back to safety on the plate as soon as you can. Ma'am, Jessica, girl, you're talking to a Sancta with a personal firearm. They're practically bred to do the stuff that you do. Why do you look so angry? You sure know how to be a pain in the rear. But that man behind you just tried to snipe you. I came here to save you. You have any idea how hard it was to lure that guy out? And now, all that evidence is down the drain, thanks to your bullet. Oh, no. Sorry, Are you investigating something? Maybe I can help you somehow, to make up for it. Okay, now that you know there are bandits out here, ever thought about what they might be after? To bandit things? Probably looting supplies, since it's tough getting by around here. We can barely keep ourselves fed and clothed on the plate. You think they want our scraps? Their MO is to ambush and rob caravans. Then, what are they after here? Lately, a bunch of people from the plate have gone missing, and my witnesses tell me some of them have been seen talking to bandits here before they vanished. So my question to you is this. What are you doing here? I was assigned to maintain security along the plate's outskirts, and ensure that any bandits wandering the perimeter don't interfere with the power plant's repair. I wonder if people who are heavily in debt are making the decision to leave and join bandits. Although then again, though, that guy did still seem a little bit weird, though. He still seemed a bit, like, out of it. All on your lonesome. No, I have teammates. Besides, aren't you also here? Whatever. Bye. Wait, the bullet. Oh, he's already gone. Girl. Okay.
We'll be fine.
Okay, what comes this way? Regular people.
I'll take the lead. The rest is up to you guys. I'll charge the weak spots. Who's next?
I should probably put a vanguard down.
My poison is not contagious.
Okay, what direction are you going to be? Slugs? Yeah! Perfect. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wasn't too bad.
Awaiting your mind toxins will slowly burn your life away.
I put Lapland in the wrong place. Oh, I know what I can do.
Get behind me.
There we go. Nice, and the pitiful amount of damage that the slugs do is going to get healed up by the stuff anyway. Oh, hello, big boy. So we've got the twinks, and now we've got the twonks. I don't know.
I'll charge the weak spot. Who's next?
Okay, that guy's either going to be annoying or not. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to have some art. Yeah, I'll need a caster. There we go.
Mission accomplished.
They must be seeing things. What's wrong? According to the results of the investigation, almost no part of the tower is intact. Everything is either damaged or ruined. And a lot of the parts are flat out missing. It should have collapsed ages ago. Same over here. Almost all of the spare parts are gone. Even the conveyor belt has been dismantled. Caravan stops by Daviston about once every 2 months. We have to trade for our necessities, usually with defunct industrial equipment. You call that a trade? More like robbing us blind. See that forklift? Hardly ever used and practically new. Well, at least 80% new. And do you know how much the traders offered for it? 10 boxes of canned food. Well, we gotta eat. By the looks of it, the plant was already in extreme disrepair even before the accident. Now, we used to have a whole lot of workers on the job, but now Miles is the only one left. It'd be great if he could keep things running on his own, but we'd need about 10 more of him. Tell me about it. I wish I could split myself into 100 copies and put them to use right about now. Oh, you know, there's a Sarkaz that you could talk to about that. This job's not as simple as the checklist makes it seem. If we don't play our cards right, we could be stuck here for a whole year. Actually, there's technically 2 Sarkazes now that you can talk to about that. Rafsh is a Chihuahua, I believe. Well, in which case, he's right. I mean, Chihuahuas are basically rats. Come on, don't say that. I was counting on that 200 grand after a week. 200 grand is nothing. Land yourself a security job with a venture capitalist in Tremont. I guarantee you'll earn a whole lot more than that. Okay, a bit privileged to say, but when my employer was satisfied with my services, he waved his hand, gave me... Okay. Interesting. And whispered in my ear, consider this an investment in you. You've earned it. Seriously? 200 mil? For that much money, we could renovate all Davidson. Just messing with you. I once blew that much money on a little project at Blacksteel, though. Totally not worth it, by the way. Stop dreaming, girl. And get back to work. Just so you know, all-timer, count yourself lucky when you hear Laura go off on her random tangents. Her mind's always racing while she's working, so she talks nonsense as a way of releasing, as a way to release the pressure. If she suddenly stops, it means... Uh-oh. She stopped. It means what? It means there's a problem too big and her brain short-circuiting. Oh dear. Okay, everyone, listen closely. Stop whatever you're doing and leave the energy tower back the way you came. Hurry. Oh, the explosion in the trailer wasn't what happened in the past when they mentioned that the place exploded. No, that's going to happen now. I mean now. Run, yes. Both of you get out. Oh, whoa, okay, I wasn't expecting it to happen instantly. Sylvia, can you finish processing the bank statements before 9 tonight? No problem. Then I'll leave you to it. Okay. Yeah. How long has the manager been talking with those two? The situation, the account does not look very optimistic. That is not wise course of action. Oh. Can we keep Sylvia for RI logistics department? That would honestly be quite cool. Wait, Liscom. I think I heard something. Oh. Oh. Why did I not think about the fact that, yes, an exploding power plant means there's not going to be any more energy? Okay. Like, Karma, my boy, that is the main point. Anyway. A blackout? The energy tower? Something urgent came up. We'll need to confirm the situation first and explain things later. I don't mind, go right ahead. I don't like that look. Ah, looks like the backup power is working. I was hoping we could clock out early because of the blackout. What's the rush? Not like there's anything to do after work. I've just about had it with this damn place. No bars, no nightclubs, just a tiny diner serving barely edible slop. And now even the half-dead energy tower isn't working anymore. Hey Sylvia, why didn't your mother open up more restaurants when she was mayor? Did she lose her sense of taste or what? Sylvia? Huh? Did she slink away while the power was out? Interesting. Where has she gone? Was there a reason she went out to wait for us? What? The plate? What's going on? Laura? Hello, Laura, do you copy? Laura? Woodrow? Did something happen back in the town? I don't know, but things don't look so good, so I'm heading back. Give me a ride. Okay. Where are you, Jessica? Captain Liscom, I haven't been able to get in touch with Laura. What's going on over there? We were briefly able to make contact with her, but the signal is awful. All we know is that an emergency occurred during the repairs, but she isn't in any immediate danger for now. One thing I am wondering, because they're not actively burning Originium anymore, it sounds like they're burning anything. Maybe there won't be as much of a risk of fallout? Besides the Originium that's already around the area from the original time it blew up. Because that'll probably get kicked up again. But don't panic. Just worry about yourself and we'll meet up at Helena's Diner, understood? Got it. Can you make this thing go any faster? Sorry. Oh, there it is. Stop crying. I'm asking you to speed up, not trying to bully you. Your captain just told you that Laura's not in any danger. Not for now. There's obviously a major problem with the energy tower, so if she doesn't evacuate in time... Hypothetically, if she really did have an accident, how would you rushing over help at all? I don't know, but I have to. We're partners, so if I'm not there for her, who else would be? Partners are. The roads around Daviston ain't in great shape, so you'd best drive carefully. Watch the turn up ahead. Thanks for letting us wait here, ma'am. Don't worry about it. The power's out anyhow, and it don't matter who helps with the emergency generator. You're here and the diner's that much warmer for it. Just give me a holler if you need anything. Is that one of our squad members outside the window? Yes. Very muscular and sharp jawline that Blacksteel operator had. Where's Laura and the others? Oh, why am I hearing the Salviento? I dislike that piano. Still inside the tower. See what now? What exactly happened in there? Laura suddenly told everyone to stop repairs and evacuate the tower ASAP. Once we were out, she asked all the infected members to stay behind and had everyone else, including Miles and Leon, get as far away as possible. Then she took those people back in and said that if she's not out by 8, all the residents on the plate need to be evacuated immediately. Could you confirm the exact situation? She didn't say. I'm assuming keep the infected because they would be able to work in the conditions, whereas non-infected would get infected by the conditions. I'm assuming is the reasoning. Or am I misreading that? They did say, yeah, infected members. Yeah, okay. Can you try contacting Laura again? I mean, infected can't get it twice. Yeah, pretty much. I imagine it would make it worse, though. Because for all they call it infection and all that, let's be real with ourselves here. Oropathy is kind of more like a poison to an extent. The infection is more so the fact that it spreads. Can you try contacting Laura again? That won't work. What about the others? We've still got half the team in there. Enough of this. I'm heading over there myself. Sit down, Franca. Captain, you should know this better than me. Even if there was an explosion in there, it wouldn't take out everyone's communicators all at once. Would Originium not cause interference, though? The fact that we can't reach any of them probably means that a shit ton of active... Yeah, there we go. A shit ton of active Originium got released. Which is jamming the comms. No matter how you slice it, this is an emergency, Liscum. And what would rushing over there accomplish? Don't forget what she said. If we don't hear back from her by 8, we need to prepare to evacuate this entire plate. If we went with your plan and something really did happen, who's going to evacuate the residents? The government officials in the bank's garage? What then? Oh, what? Then we're going to let Laura and her team fend for themselves while we just sit around? Don't let your concern for them cloud your judgment, Franca. I hate to bother you, but what time is it now? 5:57 PM. Not too bad. 2 hours. Laura? No. Oh, it's you. Oh. Oh, it's you, Sylvia. Okay. What happened? You all look so tense. The explosion? You literally left the building when it happened. An accident occurred while repairing the power plant, but we still don't know the details. We're waiting for a follow-up report. No wonder the power went out. If there's anything I can do to help, why was your first reaction to go to this place though? Why does her uniform need shoulder straps on the right shoulder? I don't know. That's actually a good point. What would you normally attach to those straps? But yeah, why was your first response to come here? Sir, where are you going? Heading out for a walk. This place is too damn stuffy. I respect your courage, Sylvia, but what we need right now is patience. My mother, she was the second to last mayor here. She worked here all her life. But she got sick, and I had to get a job, so I joined the bank. I never meant to betray anyone. I don't know what Mr. Teremin told you, but you have to believe me when I say I want to help. You seem to be misunderstanding something. Leon hasn't said a thing about you. Really? Sorry for jumping to conclusions. If you're worried about the energy tower, then you can sit here with us and wait for the news. No, I still think... Fine, I'll wait here with you. Why do I find her so suspicious? I don't know, there's just something weird about her. Like, the sudden changes as well in tones and stuff, it's just weird. If no one else has any objections, this is a plan we'll follow to carry out the evacuation, if it comes to it. Probably the music giving you PTSD. I will say, yeah, because it makes me think of Salviento and how weird that girl was in that event, and the entire time of that event I assumed there was going to be something about her, and then it turned out no, she was actually just a normal girl, but it might just be that. It is a weird music to use though, because of that scuttering sort of like, you know, the skittering sound that the piano makes as if something's running across the keys. It's just the wrong vibe. It feels like you would expect there to be a monster. I'm expecting there to be Seaborn at the moment. Or like slugs or any of those sorts of things. I expect creatures, not the power plant has just exploded. Given how she gets treated, we'll call her a doormat. True, I mean, it could just be that. I don't know, there's just something weird about the way that she changes. It's just as if there's always something on her mind, which I suppose could just be general anxiety. Thank you for the hard work, everyone. Frank and I will stand guard, so the rest of you can take a breather for the time being. What time is it now, Captain Liscom? 7 on the dot. Only 1 hour left. I know. Are we really going to just sit here until 8? I mean, it'll probably take some time to get there, so maybe leave at like 7:30. This is Jessica reporting in. I've returned to the squad. How's Laura doing? When are we heading out? If you're asking when we're leaving, that'd be 8 o'clock. If you're asking when we're sending backup, I'm not in the mood to argue with a certain voiva right now. Ask her yourself. An evacuation? There's less than an hour left. You sure you want to play the waiting game? Excuse me, but who might you be? This is Woodrow, a local hunter. Give him the bullets. You still haven't given... Okay. Okay, fair enough. There's more pressing matters. You two know each other? I'm the one who took her back to the town when she got lost outside. We bumped into each other just now, so she gave me a lift. Well, thank you for helping her out, sir. If something went wrong in the energy tower, why are y'all just sitting around here? We trust in our colleagues' ability to resolve the crisis. They're all professionals at handling originium pollution. Really now? Your deputy sure ain't as calm about the situation. Sir, if an accident really breaks out, then we need to be on standby to evacuate the residents immediately. And we can only do that by staying here. Awful generous of you to share all that with an outsider. But I ain't one of your colleagues. If you're not going, I'll check on it myself. That would be extremely dangerous. Thanks for the tip. Wait, Woodrow. What's the matter? I'll go with you. Liscombe's just there watching, internally screaming. You're not helping yourself, Jessica. You're literally doing the thing that the old man was telling you not to do. Here we go with the break-in orders. Jessica, don't be rash. Have some faith in Laura. Even if you went... I know, but even if there's not a whole lot I can do, she's still inside that tower. If she makes it out safely, the least I can do is be there for her with a hug. And if something were to happen, I'd have the chance to rush in there. And do what exactly? Alright then. Let's get going, young lady. Oh, now who? Huh? Oh, Laura? Move over, Jessica. I don't like the silence. I'm starving to death here. Don't go blocking the door to the diner. Reporting in, Captain Liscombe. I and the rest of the squad have safely returned. Oh, Jesus. Thank heaven you're all right. Laura. Phew. In any case, the explosion caused a large amount of originium sediment to build up inside the plant's pipes, which is a critical situation that could have boiled over at a moment's notice. Out of safety concerns, I ordered everyone outside first and tried to come up with a plan, but no matter what course of action we chose, there was a not insignificant chance of activating the sediment. Laura. Captain, please stop asking. No matter how much you ask, there's not much else I can do to fix things up on such short notice. But I did manage to find a way to preserve the plant's basic heating functionality, so at least people won't be freezing to death. As for whether the plate can start moving again, that'll have to wait until... Laura, that's enough. Captain. This really was the best I could do. I'm so sorry. No, what I was trying to say is that what matters is that you brought everyone back safely. Oh, really? That's good then, actually. I'm really hungry right now, like, really, really hungry. Then let's go ahead and eat first. Eat as much as you want and get a good night's rest. Or maybe not as much as she wants. You are still low on supply. Okay, never mind.
負傷者ゼロだね。さすがはドクターの指揮。頼りになるよ。
One of those types who get hungry the more she thinks, yeah. Tricks. Sometimes issues are raised simply to prevent them from being resolved. Ah, so, politics. Ah. That's unfortunate. See, this one is disgusting. Even though the layout is actually perfect, that heat means that no matter what I do, there is going to be a person here getting hurt. I mean, I've got 2 healers, it's not too bad, but still. Well, thing went bad to worse, yeah. Why does he look familiar? He actually looks like the bandits because of the double coat and that, and hair. You're going to take out a loan from the bank? Have you lost your mind? What's your plan then, wise guy? How do you reckon we get through months in just a few days? This clinical trial is Tibby's last chance. I'll think of some other way. What other way? No way we're getting that kind of money without a loan. Right. Didn't we get health insurance for Tibby before? Well, that should cover serious illness. Probably not. What the hell do you think I was doing all of yesterday? I went to the bank to cash out on the insurance, but Tibby's illness wasn't covered at all. I'm begging you, please, let's not jump straight to taking out the loan, okay? Just think about your sister. She only took a small loan, but it ruined her life. Remember how much she suffered until finally her entire family died on the way to the frontier. So calm down and think this through. There's got to be another way. Why do I see this stuff every damn time I come to the bank? All the more reason for us to be here, and especially for us to attend this so-called welcoming party, Franca. Treating loans like a deal with the devil. I mean, they are, really. Even in our world, where things are a little bit more fair in that regards, you still take on quite a big risk when doing loans. If we don't witness these things with our own eyes, we'll forever remain left in the dark. I hate this place immediately. I hate this woman just because she's in this place. Nothing ever good happens in this room. Is Port Barron going to tow Daviston back onto its original routes all by itself? This request was made directly by the regional government. The outcome will affect Blacksteel's image and credibility. We'll give this mission our all. Well, good to hear. We appreciate it. All part of the job. Would the two of you like beer or champagne? Ah, yes. Very... I feel like one of these things is not like the other. We're out in the sticks, so you may find our selection rather unsatisfactory. All I ask is you bear with us. Unsatisfactory? You're too humble. Take a look, Captain. This beer has no label on the bottle. But it's just as good as any niche brand of craft brewery. The champagne's also high-end. I must say, excellent taste. Franca's a drinker, isn't she? It's important to keep some luxury items on hand when you're stationed in a difficult area. We do have to keep up morale, after all. Yes, she is that person. Is cracking up the thermostat so high that people want to crack open an ice-cold beer also part of keeping up morale? Well, yes, as you've noted, we do have a separate backup energy supply, which includes heating and electricity. Funny how no one else seems to have this backup system. That would be due to the presence of our first president during the early planning and development phases. All important safety considerations. Unimportant, rather. The services provided by a financial institution are somewhat unique. Large amounts of money flow in and out. And be it systems or resources, it's always better to be more self-reliant. Presumably Blacksteel built their safe house here in Daviston out of very same concerns. Isn't that right, Miss Franca? Oh, I'm fine with just a glass of water. I'll leave the beer for your employees to keep up morale. We've sent people back to Blacksteel HQ to report the repair status of Daviston's power plant. As the plant has not been restored to a state where it can support navigation, HQ will naturally have to formulate a new solution. We are very appreciative of your company's contributions to our town. However, until the solution is in place, we do have one humble request. What sort of request? We were hoping you could help maintain law and order here. I'm sure you've already encountered bandits on the town's outskirts. So, they've caused us... Oh, where did I get "so" from? They've caused us a substantial amount of damage. Even more troubling is the fact that a number of people living here are, to put it nicely, bandits themselves. To put it less nicely, they're the bandits' reserve army. Oh, maybe that bloke wearing what suspiciously looks like the bandit's outfit, but he happens to have eyes, did actually mean something. Why did you slowly close your eyes as if you were doing a long sigh? Oh, did my sigh not pick up? I literally had one of those shuddering sighs, like, you know, the like disgust. We'd be very grateful if you could clear them out of Daviston. Here is a list of names. Already got the names. They're not... They're people who owe money. Oh, this is making me want to play Cyberpunk 2077 just so I can beat up some big corpse. Over the past few days, we've sent personnel to conduct security operations around the plate's perimeter. Based on their reports, I have little reason to believe there are so many dangerous elements that are operating here. There are people here with no money, yet unwilling to put in the work to pay back their debts. How can you guarantee they won't resort to more desperate measures down the line? If you insist, we'll look into it. You'll look into it? Why must you verify it yourselves? You can't take us at our word? No, not in the slightest. If our trust is so fragile that it's broken by double-checking a list, then it wasn't worth much to begin with. Whew, there we go. Oh, there we go. Do as you please, then. But if you really want to check things, be sure to be thorough. She also smiles all the time, even when she doesn't like things. How'd it go? Any developments on your end? The target's already entered visual range. Seems like it's not the only one here. Is he working with someone? Seems to be someone from the plate. Thanks for the reminder, Christmas. Ridgeway, sir. Is that possible? Anything's possible. When the government here collapsed, some young'uns with too much time on their hands formed gangs and started making trouble all over the place. But what do they hope to accomplish by colluding with the bandits out of the barrens? Jessica, they're about to disperse. Should we arrest them? What do you think, Woodrow? Wait and see. Now's not the time. Then, don't do anything for now. Record where they showed up, and contact me if they show up here again. Alright, no problem. One sec. Which direction did the bandits go? I'm gonna follow them and have a look. Oh, they went southeast. Should I come with you? Nah. I can handle this myself. Head back for now. Jessica? Is that gentleman someone from the plate? He's been investigating these bandits on his own, so he should be able to help us out. I'm not sure how to break this to you, but I feel like you need a reminder. Getting cozy with the locals rarely works out well. Why is that? Places like Daviston don't just go on like normal after getting reclaimed by the government. They've also got other plans on the docket. And when the time comes, the businesses, the infrastructure, even the residents will be replaced. Is that an M1911? I think that's the one that has the brown side pieces. Anyway. Replaced? Then what happens to the original residents? Where do they go? I don't know how Blacksteel usually handles it, but with my last employer, we were only responsible for kicking them out. What happened afterwards was none of our business. How can they not care? That's totally illegal. How could they just drive out all the locals? There's always an excuse when it comes to places like this on the verge of bankruptcy. Like bad debts, tax investigations, security concerns, or claiming that they're bandits. Debts. Not just me. Everyone left here is in debt. How do I put this? Well, I'll just give it to you straight. You asked about a guy who walked out into the snowfield earlier, right? It's probably because of his debts. That kind of stuff happens all the time here. After being forced into bankruptcy, he had no choice but to... Jessica? Hey Jessica, what's gone into you? I'm heading back first. Oh? Is that stubborn good-for-nothing father of yours starting today? Huh? What nonsense are you spewing? Let go of me. Benny, okay. Is that a child's voice? This brat sure knows how to whine. Guess he needs a gag and a good beating before he'll learn to follow us obediently. Stop right there. Let go of him. And why should I? Who the hell are you? Hell, but they're trying to kidnap me. Don't make me repeat myself. Let go of the kid. His father's in so much debt that even selling the boy wouldn't pay it all back. So what if we kidnap him? Debt? Are you here to collect debts? Wait, don't tell me you're working for the bank. Mind your own damn business. Now get out of here. Help! Someone save me! Shut your damn mouth! Last warning, let the kid go, and don't make any rash moves, otherwise my next bullet won't just be a warning shot. Playing hardball, huh? Let's get out of here, no point risking our lives over this damn brat. What's your name? Where do you live? I can take you back home. I'm Benny, and you can just leave me at the diner. My dad's there every night, so I can wait for him there. The other ones are more cannons, really. I mean, she could have used cannons on them. I don't think anyone here would complain. Except maybe the people who sweep the streets after. Is your dad Leon Dremen? How do you know? I've met him. Oh, right. Those two back there were talking about his debt. Were they debt collectors sent by the bank? At first I thought it was just collection letters, Then they started sending people to our house to cause trouble, and my dad chased them out. And this time, the bank probably wanted to use me to force him to pay them back. I mean, here's the stupid thing with that idea. He doesn't have the money. Like, then what? You've just got a kid on you. Like, what do you do then? But that's clearly a crime. Who's going to stop them? There's no police here. Can you show me your dad's bills? I might be able to help. Are you serious? His bills are something awful. She is literally the American industrial complex. Well, her father is. I took a gander and there ain't a whole lot more we can do for the old tower this time round. I already told you, that Laura girl did a great job tidying things up and fixing what could be fixed. But you just had to come out here by yourself. I just wanted to see if there was anything Blacksteel missed that we could handle. What? You think you're gonna pay off your loans if you work overtime? I can dream, can't I? You better be praying for gold backs to fall from the sky. I told you, your only lifeline at this point is selling off all the shares you've got in the mine. No. I know you blew your life savings and took out loans to get those shares, but hell no. And let me ask you, how much debt is that payment from Blacksteel gonna clear? I reckon it's nowhere close to even paying off the interest. Why does he have shares in... What is the point in that? How about this then? Help me with the plant maintenance. We'll be able to keep it running off the fuel that Blacksteel brought. I also happen to have a few days off. I'll pay you with the money Blacksteel gave me, and I'll buy you some time with the bank at least. No, Miles, you earned that money. Besides, how's that any different from just giving it away? Not like this. Not like that. Sounds to me like you just... sounds to me like you got an excuse to say no to everything. It ain't gonna matter when you're bankrupt and the bank's stealing the shirt off your back. There's gotta be a way. Yeah, we're probably gonna go John Wick on this entire bank at the moment. Beer, electricity, security deposit, everything looks fine, and it's within the range of what I can cover. What you can cover? You're going to pay off Leon's debt? If possible, yes. Dad's more afraid of owing favours than anything else. When my brother passed away, he couldn't even afford a funeral, and when people offered to lend him money, he said he didn't want to be treated like a beggar. So he ended up following Uncle Woodrow around outside, logging, hunting, fin catching. He worked so hard those 2 months when he came back, his fingers were deformed. And how much money did he make from all that? About 2,000 or 3,000. He'll never pay off his debts like that. Wait, what? He's still one of the mine's shareholders? Forget it. After the mine shut down, he's had to pay all kinds of fuel fees, vacancy fees, and land management fees just to keep his shares. And he borrows piles of money from the bank every year to do it. That's practically an open wound they're bleeding him dry with. Even if I came to help him, there's no way he'd be able to pay it off. If he doesn't dump those shares, he's gonna have nothing left. Not happening. Dad loves that mine more than anything. He'd never dump those shares, even if we both got sent to the frontier for hard labour. Benny, don't talk about your father like that. By the way, Jessica, what's gone into you all of a sudden? something wrong? Leon's still a shareholder in the mine, so the bank's not likely to make him declare bankruptcy anytime soon. I saw someone try to kidnap Benny today, to force Leon to pay off his debts. Kidnapping? They can go after Leon all they want, but to try and kidnap a teenage boy? Have they no shame? Benny, you're staying with me for now. When Leon finds out his kid's missing, I'll give him a piece of my mind and ask him what the hell he's doing as a father. No, don't tell him. I don't want him to worry. A tough shit, kid. We got way past making him worry. He needs to know damn well the consequences of what he's doing. I still need to go home. Benny is a teen. Yeah, he looks like he's about 14, I'd say. Maybe 13. Gah, how can such a stubborn asshole have a kid as sweet as you? In any case, if he's willing to sell his shares, then that combined with some tax rebates and preferential policies he'd never notice should be enough to cover the debt. Yeah, this guy's an idiot. Like, he's put himself and his family in so much problems for literally fuck all. You sure? I can practically guarantee it. Alright, sounds like he just needs a good reminder to stop messing around. It's finally over. So, why is the main switch for the entire building located just 100 steps from the front entrance? Is this also some great presence from the bank's founder? That's ridiculous. It doesn't make a lick of sense. One step, 2 steps, red steps, blue steps. There's a desk 7 paces out, then make a left turn. 24, 25, 26. Oop, bumped into a lamp. Why? Okay, this is stupid. Why is it all... Okay. 57, 58, 59, 100. That was a jump. Excuse me. Can I help you? You were the one that said not... Okay. Is the bank still open? I'd like to take out a loan. Oh, there's the other person. Sylvia? Get over here, Sylvia, quick. I'd like to borrow some money from the bank. Can I count on you to get me a slightly better interest rate? Oh, I should never have been so mean to you. Jesus. What are you doing here? Wait, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, you two, but we're not open for business today. Seeing the couple stare at each other in silence, Sylvia bows her head and steps away from the bank's gates. He was going to do it so that she didn't have to have the debt, I'm guessing. The whole way back, the thick darkness that even the street lights do not penetrate lingers with her, caressing her neck affectionately. Why is the enemy from Casimir here? Since her mother passed away, she's left work the same way every day, just like this. 1877, 1878, and home. I'm fairly certain this is a mental condition. Mom, I'm home. Oh. Random. He waits for a long time, but only silence greets her back. Is it OCD where you have to do a certain pattern of things and that cannot change no matter what? Or is it something else? After a moment, she takes out her keys, opens the door, wipes the soles of her shoes on the doormat, and leaves a suffocating darkness in the street behind her. Compulsive counting. It's kind of like that, so
Fine if we stick together.
the reason why is it's not just the counting the steps and all that, it seems as though it has to be a certain number. And then that there knocking, saying that she's home, and then waiting for a response before going in, even if there is no response, it just seems like it has to, there's a certain pattern of how she does things, and she has to stick to that. And I can't remember if that was OCD or if it was something else. I think there are other conditions as well that have those elements, so it's not necessarily OCD. It could be, I think, a certain type of autism, or it could be a certain type of other thing. But I remember, or it could also be a trauma response as well. But I remember there being something like that where you have to keep a schedule, you have to keep a pattern, and it has to be exactly a certain way all the time. So the walk home has to be the same, even to a certain amount of steps, and so on and so forth. And if you deviate from that, you start to get very panicky. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to make assumptions in terms of that. It's just something I remember it being spoken about before in other stuff. Ah, that was unfortunate. I should have put down a Vanguard. I was just expecting them to go that way. Oh, I should have put down a Vanguard. That's going to be... Oh, okay, not too bad. Oh, I forgot to put in a caster. Oh, it has a limit. It does have a limit. Okay. So I actually put her out of the range. Oh, that was easy. Lapland deals arts damage. She does, but it's quite low until her skill is used. But, good point, Blue Poison does indeed. Oh, can I get... Ah. Oh, if only I had someone put there. Okay, I'm just going to do it that way.
My toxicant is ready.
Oh, that's a bad place. I need... Okay. That one.
これが戦場というものね。
Three. Ah, just out of range. Put mountain in front of lap. Yep, that would work actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do... Yeah, I'm gonna do this because I actually don't need it for... I don't need double healing for her anymore. I will say that's unfortunate though. It's doing decent chunk damage, but... Yeah, I need to make sure I have a caster next time. Or if I had Lapland up in that corner, it would have been good, and Blue Poison would have been able to have targeted both lanes. That's... yeah, there's a bit of unfortunate there, but oh well.
Awaiting your honey to me. Poison to you.
ロックンロール
That's going to get unfortunate very quickly.
Can you do it?
Good timing. Okay. That's not good timing though. That's good timing, though.
Charge the weak spot. Face me!
Okay, we're pretty much just left to these two. There we go.
Mission accomplished.
Convincing Leon to sell his shares? Not happening. Count me out. Why? Aren't you two friends? Sure. But we wouldn't be if I forced him to do stuff like that. And we've all tried talking to him about those shares, but the stubborn bastard won't listen. Stubborn bastard. Yeah, stubborn bastard. Anyway, is there really no way to get through to him? Nope. Ugh. And here I was thinking if only you talk to him for me, then what? Well, then I'd give you this box of chocolates as a thank you. And chocolates, huh? Imagine if this thanked ass just immediately sees sweets and like, okay, on second thought, yes. The patisserie back home gave me these when I set out. Said I'd have something to chew on whenever my mouth was empty, and now this is the last box. I'm really, really reluctant to give this away, so since you don't want to, forget it. It's funny too, because this guy has been like so stern and gravelly and all that. And immediately go straight to... Did he just respond with a grunt? That's different. If you don't want to help, then no chocolate for you. That came out wrong. Okay, I confess. It was Helena who suggested I bring you chocolates. She said that you have a soft spot for them. So she told you to come, and here you are. Leon's situation is looking really bad. I have to try everything I can, no matter what it takes. Woodrow stares straight at Jessica, but she doesn't notice. Is completely lost in her embarrassment and frustration. Her head droops as she furiously racks her brain to figure out how to navigate this conversation faster. Sorry to keep pestering you. I'll head back for now and think of some other way myself. Just leave the chocolates on the cabinet. Huh? Give me a moment to pack up and wash my face, then we're leaving. I mean, to be fair, he's probably not had anything sweet in a long time. Is agreeing to it? Even though I totally blew my secret. Does he care about his image with Helena that much? Or is it chocolates? Well, whatever, all that matters is he agreed. Oh, the happy face. The cabinet. Oh, this one. The drawer is open. Let me guess, a photo of the two Sancta men. The object in the old Sanctus drawer... the objects in the old Sanctus drawer resemble him, simple and unadorned. A belt, a holster, a pair of fingerless gloves. Jessica sets the box of chocolates down and notices a few pieces of paper pressed beneath the gloves. Eroded by time, the pages have taken on a brittle yellow complexion. Jessica knows that she shouldn't look, but can't control her urges to sneak a peek. Is this a photo? There it is. So classic. A photo of Woodrow and the boss. There's another Sancta too, and a piece of paper under the photo. Ah, there it is. There's always another Sancta. It's an identification document. The black ink is hard to make out on the brown parchment, and only a few words readily stand out. Camp Collis. You done putting away the chocolates? Oh, yes. By the way, Then let's get going. Outcast would be a fun one. They are around the same age, I think. Leon, your your financial situation is in dire straits. If you drag your feet any longer, then and the bank declares you unable to repay your debts, you'll be forced to declare bankruptcy, and by that point, you won't be able to save your shares or your house. If you insist on holding onto your shares, you'll be forced to sell off your house and won't even have a roof on your head. Plenty of people have tried to talk me into selling my shares, but you're the first to make a good case for selling my house. No, I'm not telling you to sell your house. I'm just reminding you of the consequences. If you don't mind, I can also... What I mean is, I have some money I can give you to help pay off your loans, even though it's no small amount. What? Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need your charity. No, I mean, I'll lend it to you. But I won't charge any interest. You can just pay it back at your leisure whenever your financial situation is improved. Look, Jessica, I'm a grown-ass man with both my hands and feet. I don't need a little girl half my age lecturing me on how to improve my life. Yes, you do. I hope you never bring this up to me again. Wait, Leon, please don't push me. What? You're out here sipping tea, Woodrow? It's already gone cold. Just take the girl with you and you go. Aren't you going to say something, Woodrow? You agreed to this. Did I? Huh? All I said was that I'd come with you, so I did. Thanks for the chocolate, Jessica. Now, if you'll excuse me. You can't do this. At this rate, Leon's going to be left with nothing to his name. So what? Try as you might, or try as you like, rather. When you burn a wet piece of coal, all you get is a face full of ash. How could you? You... Captain, are we seriously going to go through the entire list? How many doors have we knocked on so far? 14. Other than the second household, where the middle-aged man's son did in fact run off to join the bandits, the rest were honest people guilty of nothing more than being unable to pay off their debts. The bank couldn't dig up any dirt on them, so they resorted to using us to run them out of town. Despicable. And this is number 15. We'll check on just one more, and then it's Jessica's. Wait, what's going on? Why are you sitting outside? Oh, maybe not. My head, it's spinning. Go sit outside in the cold, you crusty old fossil. The headache will go away on its own. You've been poisoned. How did you get that? How did you get that of? Lucky we found out in time, and we're both just fine. Ma'am, I thought the plate... It should have retained its basic heating functions, so why... After the bank declared us bankrupt, they shut off all the heating to our house without sunlight. It gets pretty cold inside. It gets even colder inside, rather. Why else would anyone light their fireplace? I'm back, Benny. What are you squatting in front of the stove for? Get up already. The charcoal today is especially waterlogged. I've been trying to light it for a while now, but I can't get it burning at all. Just look at all the soot on your face. You'd think you'd just crawled out of the mines. Hurry up and wipe it off. It ain't a big deal if you can't get it burning. Just wait until I get back. Dad, don't tell me you're in such a hurry this morning that you poured water directly into the stove. Hey, I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Hand me the tongs, I'll do it. You think I can't tell when you're lost in the sauce? Jesus. Where are they getting these terms from? Why are you blowing on it directly? Carl told me you can't light the stove, which is why he entrusted it to me before he left. Since when have you done it? There we go. What else did Carl tell you? Everything. About how you were so impatient you poured an entire pail of water into the stove to douse the flames. Not only did the coal get ruined, but the bread Helena baked became inedible. She was so mad she chewed your ear off. When did he tell you all that? Who do you think left me alone back then? Left you on all alone? What are you talking about? How would you even remember anything from when you were so little? All you did was sit at Woodrow's arms and tug on his beard. Raphael, don't make me ban you. Don't say that. I don't believe you. Who is it? Sorry, it's me. Ugh, all this smoke. Now the stove's completely soaked on the inside. I've been trying to ignite the charcoal for a while now, but haven't had much luck. Give me a moment. No problem, I can help out too. These pieces of charcoal are completely waterlogged. Can you swap them out? This is all the charcoal we got from the caravan. Then, how about some firewood? We can put the broken pieces underneath to isolate the moisture, and then lean any thin branches against the stove to light them on fire. Then you just need to add more firewood as necessary. Where did you learn all that? On the battlefield? Why'd you ask? Aren't you a mercenary? Yeah, it's done. Thanks for helping Benny light the stove, but you should leave now. But I haven't even said anything yet. I just don't understand. Why are you so stubborn about it? Of course you wouldn't. Then help me understand. I'll never give up if you just keep sending me away. Yeah, there. Okay, I liked that silent bit, and it was actually there for long enough. Jessica, I was abandoned here by my birth mother when I was just 4 years old. It was the miners who raised me. When I enlisted in the army, I focused on learning blasting techniques so that I'd be able to help out in the mines. As soon as I was discharged, I came back and became a mining engineer. I was involved in renovation and expansion of the mine tunnels below town, the factory above us, and even the power plant we repaired a few days ago. The miners back then must have lived much better lives than they do now. If you told me back then what Daviston would become, I'd have figured you were cursing me out. True, life can be unpredictable like that. Later, I adopted my co-worker's kid, Benny. I was wondering about that because, you know, LeBerry, cat. Benny and his brother, Carl. And even later, the mine kept depreciating until all I could do was keep holding onto my shares no matter what. Like hell, I'd let those damn stakeholders take my life's work and dump it for scraps. But there's no way the mine could ever come back. Just stop talking. I'm serious here. If you keep holding onto your shares, the bank is going to force you to pay off your debts. Get out of my house. Please, Leon, even if you kick me out, you're going to have to come face to face with reality. Alright, Benny. Step out for a bit. You can stay at Auntie Helena's for a night. I'll come find you after Jessica and I have finished talking. Wait, you can't send Benny away. Well, now you're trying to lecture me on how to be a parent. Well, someone kind of needs to. Yesterday... Just stop it already, Jessica. Not another word. Yesterday, some gangsters hired by the bank went after your son. Is that true, Benny? Yes. Leon's heart constricts as he looks at Benny's soot-stained face. Why didn't you tell me anything? Even if I did, what good would it do? Would you march up to the bank and make a scene? What would that even solve? After seeing his child leave, the man who had been talking so confidently a moment ago immediately hunches his back and squats down by the stove. We probably shouldn't be leaving that kid alone. They're not going to stop trying to get him. He picks up the tongs and carefully prods at the wood. Even though the flame is already burning brightly, a puff of black smoke still comes out and sends him into a fit of coughing. If I sell my shares in the mine, all I have left. At the very least, you won't leave Benny saddled with debt, and they won't take your house. First, it was Carl. After Carl left, it was Benny. Ever since I took on so much debt, I've been out working from sunup to sundown, leaving the kids at home to fend for themselves. They were in charge of keeping the stove lit, and they had to handle the finances, and Benny was nearly kidnapped. In the end, I couldn't pay off my debts, or protect the people I wanted to protect. I'm a right bastard through and through. Leon smacks the stove hard with his tongs, hard enough to cause sparks to fly. I'd rather die than bow down to those savages at the bank. Just the thought that they'd have the goal to kidnap Benny makes me want to blow the whole damn place to bits. You know, actually, in hindsight, it probably wasn't a good idea telling the person whose job revolves around explosives. Actually, what am I saying? It's the perfect idea. Do it. Leon, you said earlier that after I sell my remaining shares, I'll at least be able to leave the house for Benny. Mm-hmm. But you sure did a number on my stove just to win me over. Oh, clever girl, Jessica. You weren't kidding when you said you would do anything. Oh, maybe not. Oh. Him. Woodrow, maybe. No, I didn't pour the water in there. I wouldn't go that far. Wait, if it wasn't you, then who? That sly bastard. Speak of the Sancta. Woodrow, what are you doing here? Woodrow doesn't answer. He simply walks right up to the stove and sets down a heavy-looking box. Leon walks over and sees the box stuffed haphazardly with charcoal pieces. Yep, there it is. Consider it an apology. I get the feeling, no, the bank's going to say no. They're not going to allow him to sell off the shares. Relax, Leon. The toes of your shoes are about to tear the carpet. Relax? That word has no place here. I've prepared all the promissory documents and transfer contracts, so the bank should have nothing to say. Of course, Benny helped out a lot as well. The process shouldn't take as long, and it'll all go smoothly. They're not going to say yes. Banks don't like it when you pay off everything all at once. They hate that. Would you like me to get you some water? Speak of the Sanctor, is that the opposite to Speak of the Devil? I was literally about to say Speak of the Devil first, and I decided I'd be clever. Nah, I'm good. The fact that I can even stand here means I'm already mentally prepared to let it all go. I'm really sorry about this. Just leave me alone for a second. Now that I can single-handedly release them from these blood-sucking shareholders with a swipe of a pen, I need a moment to myself so I can say goodbye. I just don't see this working. Jessica? Sylvia? Yes, so here's the deal. I took a sneak peek at the documents you prepared. Mr. Tremon's loan repayment is not within the scope of my job, but there are a number of issues with the reference data, with your reference data. The shares are overvalued, and there are some holes that don't add up in the end. You're still short by a considerable amount. I'd appreciate if you can call him over to me, since there's no way I can face him. No, we're not going to put that on him right now. I'll make a check out to the bank, so you can keep it secret for me, please. This much? In one lump sum? It's not... fucking rich. It's not that big of a deal. Desperate times. I fucking wish I had this money. But if Mr. Tremon found out, you know how prideful he can be. Which is why this is just between us. Nobody needs to know. Please, Sylvia. Okay then. Then, can I take another look at your documents? I only have the copies with me. That's good enough. There's still areas that could use some adjustment. And then there's the tax returns. Look, these are all the items that could have been written off. $30 here, 75 there. There's also a rather large deduction here. A full 400. Adding everything up, it comes out to 1,329. Though that's barely a fraction of the amount you'd have to make up for. You discovered all that just casually thumbing through the documents. Have her in Rhode Island. Also, these are the deductions that the banks don't want you to know about, by the way. Always look through stuff whenever you have money, especially if you owe money, or if you make money on the side and you need to declare stuff. Always make sure to look at every single thing that you can get a deduction out of, and they will not tell you what things you can get a deduction out of. You have to find it out yourself, because obviously they get more money if you don't know. This looks good enough, and I'll directly report this and say that you filed a brand new application. Finally. That should take care of the weight around Leon's neck. It is far from the only one. Oh, God, hiccup. I need to pick up the pace before Fort Baron arrives. Every person I help has to count for something, right? I still don't see this as being over with. Oh, sinister music. Manager, we can close Leon Tremus's case. He finally decided to sell his shares. That obstinate bastard set us back for years. He was also extremely rude when selling them, scolding us with some rather colourful language, and calling us kidnappers and so forth. But what can he do other than run his mouth? Well then, how about we pay him a direct visit next time? No need to rush. I heard someone advanced the money for him, and now he is indeed debt-free. But once his shares are sold, there are plenty of others circling the mine, waiting for us to swoop in.
I think we did all right.
So either they're wanting to buy the mine for their own reasons, or they're just, I don't know, it's weird. What's their game plan? Okay, so he is debt-free though. I'm surprised by that. I assumed they were going to do the scummy bank thing and make it so that you couldn't sell off the stuff. Because banks don't do that, they won't let you. Well, technically they can't stop you, but they will do everything in their power to make sure you don't do it. They don't like it when you clear your debt all in one go, because it means you're not paying extra. But anyway, that's going to be it for me now, so I am going to do some headhunting. Most likely working for someone higher up. Oh, definitely. I mean, she doesn't own the bank, she's just a manager. Oh, here we go. Oh, I have the possibility. Will streamer luck prevail? Oh, fingers crossed. Come on. Gibby. Oh, okay. That is a 6, that's fire.
Hi.
Yeah, cruise.
I'm
Yeah,
Cruise.
I don't care. Level 3.
My codename is Beagle. I know I didn't do very well on my assessment, but I'll still do my best.
Lancer Fang, captain of Reserve Op Team A1. My team and I will do our best to serve road.
4.
我叫安索，很高兴认识你。啊，对了，你的饭卡还在这里。
Cast a steward reporting in. I'm glad to be working with you.
Ally, I salute you in true Snow Realm fashion. My
Come on,
code name
come
is
on,
Matador,
come on.
and I...
Following the guidance of the Arcana, our paths have finally converged.
Hello, I'm Roberta. We meet again. Once I sign here, I'll be your personal stylist, right? Huh. You'll be an...
Yeah, 5.
こんにちはドクター。
Okay.
僕はアオスタです。先日は僕たち3人を助けていた。
Here it is.
ロドスに救われた以上、
Ah!
こちらも誠実なところを見せなければいけませんね、ドクター。
No!
私の
Bastard!
ライン生命のとある部署です。
Chat, do I do another 10 pull? I technically have the funds for it. Do I do it for the sake of stream or not? What do you guys think? Do it? Save up. You can use your pull ticket. I mean, I know I could do it one by one, but I don't know. Isn't it normally bad? Exchange some green yellow certs. I don't have much. Also, how is your random so low? I spend on the headhunting. Almost every single banner has had characters I've wanted. Is there anything I can get free? And that's about it. 30. Don't have enough. When you have 10 1-pull tickets, the game uses it as a 10-pull. How many do I have? 4. 5. I could do that. It'll have to be next time, though. Alright, I'll leave it for now, and we'll see how it goes. I've still got other streams, so I'll do it like that before. Anyway, though. Oh, that's so annoying. Also, there's no difference between doing singles and 10 pulls. Are you sure? I always thought that there's... I mean, okay, maybe not. I don't know. There are some tickets in the event store. Yeah. How many is it normally? It's not 5, I don't think, but it's close. Oh, yeah. It's this as well. Yeah, that bit there where it just goes... Duh. Free in the store. Okay, and then I might be able to get 2 with yellow certificates. We'll have to see. Okay. Sealing substance. Substance? Weird. An all-in-one life support device. Okay, that makes sense. That provides functions such as cooling, electricity, firefighting, and indoor lighting all at once. Laura has noted that she owes her popularity among the mercs partly to the device's high failure rate. Huh. A standard folding chair in the safe house made with reinforced steel and special fabric. It has many functions besides seating. It is primarily used to open beer bottles or help Laura fix the ceiling lights. A standard work desk assembled from steel parts. The mercenaries' equipment is set neatly upon it. In the past, everyone would gather and drink soda pop around the table after missions. The documents always got stuck to the table. Okay, well yeah, we'll leave it here. I'll see if I can gather 10 tickets. At some point. I should be able to. 5 is easy to do, especially between the shop, the yellow shop, which I don't think I've used much of, and this. It should be easy enough. But that's going to be it for now. I definitely plan on playing this some more. I'm not sure when. I'm going to be playing some games with a friend tomorrow, so I won't be streaming. Maybe Thursday. We'll have to see. It'll either be like Thursday or Friday or something along those lines. I might be doing something on a Friday, so I'm not sure. It might end up being Saturday. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes. So far, though, I'm liking the game. The game. Obviously, I like the game. I've been streaming it for a year. I'm liking the event. I like the story. I've always been quite interested in the Columbia setting just because of how modern, I suppose you could say it is, compared to everything else. And somewhat a shame not learning too much about Blacksteel. Maybe we'll learn a bit more about it later on. I was going to hope it was a little bit more centered on them, but The lobby music is called Fort Baron. Oh, interesting. But yeah, I'm liking the stories it's building up. I'm liking this sort of like the depth stuff and the bandits. I'm interested to see how that's going through. I'm still wondering if they did have something to do with the bandit stuff or if someone else was doing it and they were just using the bank as a convenient thing. The way she spoke made it seem like, yes, they did hire the bandits, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, Fort Baron is Blacksteel. I always... I didn't connect the dots earlier. I forgot that that was the name. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for now. 3.5 hours, not bad. More of a land ship. From the trailer that I saw before, the one where they show it off, like the Blacksteel trailer, not this event, but the one where the lore video, I guess. It looks more like a land ship like Rhode Island compared to a city plate. Well, the bandits have been ambushing caravans, which means no supplies for the plate, which means goods go up in price. Yep, which means people take more loads out, yeah, etc, etc. More like a land carrier, yeah, definitely. I'd say both Rhode Island and Fort Baron kind of have like a aircraft carrier vibe to it compared to certainly not a city plate, but also not as sleek and maneuverable as a battleship, for example. That's kind of been my thing that I've seen so far in terms of how they look. But yeah, anyway, I'm dilly-dallying. Thank you guys so much for hanging around. It's been a blast, and I'm looking forward to playing more of this event. Oh, before I go though, one thing that I thought was really interesting. So, it's been mentioned before how Jessica's weapons are based on the John Wick, the guns that John Wick uses in John Wick 3, which I believe is a pistol and a AR-15 platform, I think like a SIG Type 1. Anyway, guess what the company is called that make the specific weapons used in John Wick, which their design is then used in the artwork for Jessica. Guess what the company's name is called? The company that does the furnishing for it, for these weapons, Taran. It's called Taran Tactical Innovations, or TTI for short. The pistol is their own pistol, and the AR is a SIG variant with the furnishings made from them. I don't know if that's deliberate. I don't know if they chose it because of John Wick and it just happens to have the name, but I'm willing to believe they deliberately chose that, because there's no way they didn't look at the gun, see the company's called Taran, and decide, they've got to have done that. Known HG and low light, most likely deliberate. Yeah, that is my assumption. There's no way it's a coincidence. They definitely saw that it's called Taran, and decided, yes, we'll go with that. And I honestly think that's amazing. But yeah, just a little bit of tidbit that I wanted to give. I just think that's amazing. But okay, now that is really it for it. Thank you guys so much for coming around, and I shall see you all next time. Bye-bye.